And we are live. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Purple Pod, episode 62, the number one show in the world for dating. I got a really beautiful panel for you all tonight. Make sure if you're coming in right now to like the video on your way in, subscribe. Make sure to hit the notification bell so you're ready every time we have shows coming up. Also, go to the Instagram right now and you can add us and add these two beautiful ladies that we have on the show. We're now live to Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, Rumble, and YouTube all at the same time. Please go sign up for my new mentorship down below. You can just get a free consultation call with me if you just click the link down there. If you want to show support, you can show support by either going to Patreon or you can also just click the membership button right here on YouTube. If you hit that join button, it's really easy for you to get emojis for the show. It makes it a lot more fun. Make sure to hit us up on all the audio platforms. I'm on all of them. You can listen at your work. Just make sure have earphones in because you're gonna get fired if you listen to me out loud. But yeah, make sure to add these beautiful ladies right now on Instagram. I really appreciate y'all for coming in. Shout out to my producer tonight. We just got Bassett.
All right.
We gotta get a sound just for
Sure.
you, Bassett, for whenever you come on, bro. It'd be funny.
Giggity.
But yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, that's a good noise for you, bro. But yeah, ladies, to start, we always like to start off with just what's your name, your age, your education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status. And we'll start with our new person over here, our new guest. Go ahead.
So my name is Maria. I'm 28 years old. I'm from New Orleans. I do debt solutions, so I help people get out of debt. And I also am a dog sitter, and I'm single.
Okay. No, that's dope. How do you do the debt thing?
So the banks use algorithms to get you into debt and compound the interest against you. So the longer you are in debt, the more it's penalized. You're penalized for it. But this actually is a software program that uses algorithms and reverses the interest on your debt. So you're able to get things more at cost rather than paying for like a house and the interest on a mortgage.
Okay. No, that's dope. For you, why don't you go give us your name, age, education level, what you do for work, and your relationship status? Thank you so much for coming back again, by the way.
Yes. My name is Sierra. I'm 21 years old. I'm a waitress. I'm in real estate school currently, and I'm from Dallas.
You're from Dallas?
Yes.
Are you single?
Yes, I am single.
Single? Ready to mingle? No, that's what's up. Wait, what do you mean? You're not ready to mingle right now?
I mean,
For how long?
I'm just letting it come. Everything's just gotta come.
Needs to come to you.
Really just
Halfway.
Yeah, no mingling though.
But like, what if the perfect guy, comes, but I don't know, he kind of requires you to jump at him a little bit. Are you gonna jump a little?
Yeah, I'll jump a little.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
yeah, so you're not gonna let something perfect walk by you.
No.
Okay.
most definitely not.
Good. Just making sure. Yeah. So tonight, what I kind of want to talk about, guys, is trauma and abuse cycles. What I'm noticing on the show a lot, is just a lot of people have a lot of trauma, a lot of abuse, whether it's from like childhood or relationships or whatever it is. I kind of just want to get down to the bottom of it. I want to figure out like what's the source of all of this trauma that's going on. So for the first question, I just want to know, who do we think is more messed up today? Do we think the guys are more messed up, or do we think like the women have more are messed up? Like who has more trauma, you would think?
The guys.
You think the guys? Why though?
Yes. Because women are more willing and vulnerable by nature to open up and work through things, and men are trained by the culture to hold it in and to bottle it in and to be a man and to not show emotions. So they're generally more detached from their true feelings and what they're going through.
Okay. No, that's a good point. Who do you think has more trauma, the men or the women today?
I think it's kind of men because the same reason you're supposed to bottle everything up and not be so emotional. So I guess you could say men, but I mean,
It's hard to tell, kind of. Hey,
Yeah.
move your mouse cursor really quick, Bassett. I wanted to see what the but no, I really was, when I was thinking about this a lot, I was thinking like really hard about like where these things kind of start, and I feel like it's definitely both. But the thing is, like the guys today, like who are making the guys, have traumatic experiences today. So like I would argue that a lot of guys that go through trauma today, if they didn't go through it in their household, and they go through it in their first relationship, usually today, like for me personally, I lost my virginity to a girl who had already had 16 bodies. When I was like 19, she was 17, already had like 16 people that she had slept with. And so like she definitely had already gone through, she had huge daddy issues. Like she lived in like her mom she had a single mother parent, and her mom was crazy also. Like it definitely, when I was a young guy, I had no idea, like I was just happy to get something when I was 19, you know what I'm saying? So like, I looked past all the red flags and didn't think about anything in this first relationship. I was with her for 3 years, and
Damn.
yeah, no, but like, well, because it was mostly good. But the thing is, I really believe that like those girls though, like she got social experience before did. She got socially calibrated before I did. Even though I was older than her, she had more experience than I did. She was actually more in leverage in the relationship and had more control over me. I actually compare this to like a 50-year-old dude being with an 18-year-old girl, because he has such an immense amount of experience over her that is like a huge gap. It's not like a 40-year-old with a 21-year-old, in my opinion. Like a 50-year-old with an 18-year-old, it's just like that is borderline. Okay, you definitely got way more on her, And I see the same thing as a woman that say has 20-25 bodies by the time she's 25, dating a guy that's 28 and he's only had 2 bodies. It's the emotional manipulation can still happen in that way too, because she has all the social experience and all the leverage in that relationship, because that guy has no experience. He's probably very Simba beta too, and just happy to have something if he's only had 2 girls and he's 28 years old. So you gotta understand those power dynamics happen a lot. And so when I was really starting to think about this a lot, you know, a lot of women are more experienced early on. They end up with a guy who's less experienced than them sometimes, and they cause them into the trauma cycle and push them into it. And then maybe they might be a good person that's never had relationship issues, but they learn it from that person who went through all that trauma first. But then also I started digging even deeper. If we peel the layer back again, because her trauma, say like she had trauma from her father or anything like that, a lot of the trauma, or like a lot of the bad stuff that's going on today, like the men today are paying for traumas that our fathers and grandfathers did. It might not have been us necessarily or our generation that did it, but we're going to get blamed for it. And we're the ones that are going to have to deal with cleaning up the bullshit that they did 20, 30, 40 years ago to either your mothers or even y'all as children.
Right.
And it's like, it's definitely not one side or the other. It's definitely not the men's fault or the women's fault. Mm-hmm. It's like the men of the previous generations for sure. But then also it doesn't help that the women are getting into these traumatic cycles and then pushing it back onto the men too. Right. I wanted to also, ask, when it comes, yeah, when it comes to trauma, would you say that, because like we were talking about, if it affects one person more, would you say that since women are more emotional, and that like y'all are more, y'all want to talk about your feelings and y'all want to do all those things, that at least when y'all go through trauma, it might be more damaging, whereas like if a guy goes through trauma, he might be able to break out of it? Would you say that at least?
I wouldn't say it's more damaging.
You wouldn't think so? What do you think?
No, I think women and men are probably traumatized equally, but women deal with it better than men. That's what I was trying to say.
You really think that though?
Yeah.
So you think that like a woman that was like raped at a young age or anything like that, like gone through a lot of trauma, you don't think that that's going to like affect the rest of her life?
Well, of course it will, but I feel like women deal with it better. Obviously, like some of the women don't, but on a grand scale, I would say women are more in tune with getting help. They're more willing to go to therapy than men are. It's usually like, from what I hear, women, the girlfriends, the wives, the mothers, having to convince their sons, their husbands, their boyfriends, whatever, to go to therapy. So it's
well, that's a good point though that you bring up. Women go the most. Would you say that women are very good at taking accountability?
It depends on the woman.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you think women?
Yeah,
it really depends on the woman. Yeah. So see, that's my problem with it, is that it's like, I would agree that women do seek out therapy and do it the most, but I've seen multiple times personally, like anecdotal as hell, where a woman can go to therapy and literally never admit her faults even to the therapist. And like, if we look at cluster B disorders, the number one trait of a cluster B disorder, which is histrionic personality disorder, borderline personality disorder, antisocial personality disorder, any of those personality disorders are all cluster B disorders. The number one sign of it is you lack the self-awareness. You lack self-awareness. That's the number one trait of it. So we can look at studies and see how many people have these things, but the number one problem with those people is they can't admit they have it. So how would we can't even tell how many people actually have cluster B disorders in America.
Right.
It's impossible. It could be half the population. We would never know it because they're not going to admit it.
Right.
They're not going to admit it. I actually have a cluster B disorder, and the doctor originally told me there's no way you're borderline because borderline people are not self-aware. And he said there's no way you are. He said this test must be broken. And it was just like that, but because that's what they really even the therapists think that shit. That if you have self-awareness, you can't even be it.
I think I run into that a lot with trying to get into friendships with other women. That's why I don't have any friends, because they lack the accountability or being wrong. Like, it's okay to be wrong.
Or it's
I'll
like,
say that anytime. It's
yeah, because
okay to
text
be
messaging
wrong.
and stuff, or like being
Right.
off on times and shit. Yeah, that would piss me off. Like, well, like, we'll like say like she didn't reply to you for like 2 days, and she says that it was over something, but you know what she was really doing. Like, that would piss me the fuck off. I don't know. I take friendship seriously, so I wouldn't want somebody like doing that shit.
I mean, if we could have a dialogue and you could take accountability, because I'll always say in an argument, I'm not above being wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know. But that's just me. I'm very self-aware. So
I really want to know also. So like, everybody throws around the term narcissist a lot. I want to know: have y'all ever personally dealt with narcissists or like dated one, or do you have a girlfriend that has dated one?
Oh yes, that was my first boyfriend. Was a narcissist.
For sure. What do you think?
and my mom.
Your mom did. I gotta know though. So, what made him a narcissist?
Oh my goodness. The sun came out to shine on this man alone. This is how he viewed the world. The birds came out in the morning to chirp for him. Everybody that worked in any kind of service industry was there for him. He was God's gift to creation, not just women. And he loved the way he looked. He loved everything about himself. And it was just a big facade to hide what I call his tiny pee-pee syndrome.
Oh, that's so fucked up. But no, hey, but you do realize everything you just said doesn't make somebody a narcissist, right?
Yeah, the
Like,
world
did he do
revolved
anything?
around him.
No. Because like the thing is, so like, how old was he?
He was 23.
23. But he was that guy that like everybody looked up to and stuff. Like, he had a lot of friends and shit.
I wouldn't say a lot, but he had friends because he was charismatic, but he was very selfish and egotistical, and he lacked humility in every sense of the word.
Okay, well, like, all that stuff doesn't necessarily automatically make somebody a narcissist. You know that, right? Like, a narcissist is somebody that actually like manipulates and does like very like hardcore things. Like, this is the problem. This is why I asked this question, because there's a lot of women that throw around the word narcissism or call like people narcissists. That's not a narcissist, because the thing is, it's like ego for a man is usually earned. Okay, ego for a woman is not earned. Y'all usually have an ego just for being pretty. Like, there's women that are 18, 19, 20 years old, got egos through the fucking roof. And it's just because they have a lot of value at that age when they're beautiful.
Well,
But a guy who has a lot of value, and if he has charisma and all that stuff, he probably earned it. He probably got to that point
No.
for a reason. You don't think he did anything to earn it?
no.
Not at all.
No.
Was he? What? So like, what made him that guy then? How do you have all that charisma? Why did everybody like him?
Well, he studied a lot of wealthy people, and he was able to manipulate people into liking him. Although at his true core, he didn't really have the character or like actual likability. It was all an act that he had to put on.
How long ago was this?
A long time ago. It was my first boyfriend. I was 18. I'm now 28.
Do you know what he's doing now?
No.
No. Well, I would just say that, like, if he was looking into what rich people did and stuff like that, like, that's just a smart man. Like, reading books what millionaires would write or something, that's just a smart guy.
Well, I mean, I actually dated him, and I was with him for a year and a half, and you asked me if I thought he was a narcissist, so I said yes.
Well, but
Now,
yeah,
you're trying to act like I never dealt with a narcissist, and he was just a confident guy. I'm telling you, he was one. We can pull up the definition, and he checked off almost all the boxes.
I'm just telling you, women throw this word around a lot, but really it's usually just the guy that has his shit together and he's not letting a woman like run his shit. So here's the thing. Who ran the relationship? Would you walk into his frame or did he walk into your frame?
He walked into mine.
Oh, okay. So like, you ran the relationship. It was your rules all the time. Like, you were the one that like made decisions and shit like that. Like you were able to go do whatever you wanted, and he was always waiting at home or
No.
waiting for you and stuff.
No, by that,
Because usually somebody has more control in the relationship. Who had more control in the relationship?
I guess he did.
Okay, so you walked into his frame then, and
yeah, I
the
thought you
thing.
meant who approached who.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking about in the actual relationship, who had more power, who had more control. And usually, women that throw around the narcissism thing, it's just because they didn't have the frame in the relationship. And guess what? The best relationships are you not having the frame. Like you want to be with a guy who's a leader and does that shit. Like you don't want to be with a fucking pussy beta cuck.
Yeah, but he wasn't, and his dad even told me he was a narcissist.
I'm telling you, people throw around that term a lot today as if they know what it is. But a
But
true narcissist like is very manipulative, and I've just heard it a lot lately by women that are trying to get guys to trying to lock down guys that don't want to be in relationships with them. And it's like, sweetheart, he's not a narcissist. He just doesn't give a fuck about being in a relationship with you. Like he doesn't want. He's not a crazy psychopath, asshole, or a cheater or anything. No, he just told you he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of women call those guys narcissists though. And so I have to constantly, ask, what like why was he a narcissist? Why? Because I need to make sure that people are saying terms correctly right now.
Yeah, but in all of my life, I think I've dealt with one or two that I can think of.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying all of the guys I've ever dated were narcissists.
Yeah, I'm not saying that either.
It
Do
was
you want to
like,
give us the
yes.
definition of a narcissist?
Yeah, I actually pulled it up on my phone right
I
now.
got you, Sergio.
Oh, you got it?
All right, narcissism. Personality qualities including thinking very highly of oneself, needing admiration, believing others are inferior, and lacking empathy for others.
Did he lack empathy?
Yes.
He didn't give a fuck about other people?
Yes.
I would love to see this guy now, though. If he was reading books back then when he was 23 on like how to become,
I think if a
more
lot of people
successful and
read
stuff,
that
that's good.
I think if a lot of people read that definition, they would stop saying that.
Yeah, well,
Really?
I'm telling you, like the problem is that if we want to be realistic about narcissism, there's a lot of women that are narcissists because because y'all have an ego sometimes for nothing. Whereas like sometimes guys do have an ego, but they earned it. It's something that they worked years to get to, especially too if they're 30, 35. Now he was young. So yeah, I agree with you. But how tall was he?
6'3".
Okay, yeah, that kind of puts you above most other men, literally above. And do you know what the average height of guys are today?
What, like 5'7"?
It's like 5'8", yeah. But yeah, so I mean, people like that, they kind of get away with a little bit more because people look up to people like that. Literally look up.
Yeah, and he also had what you just called the pretty face syndrome, where he just thought the world belonged to him because he had natural attractiveness. So.
Uh-huh. Well, now I want to know, why do y'all think women are attracted actually to certain like dark triad traits? It shows when we look at studies that some women are really attracted to dark triad traits. Why do you think that is?
Because they're unhealthy and they want a project, because women like to see something that was not so great and then turn it into something that is great.
That's a good point.
You said what kind of traits?
The dark triad traits, which is like Machiavellianism, narcissism, and what's the third one? I can't think of it. Machiavellian, narcissism. Can't remember, but it's the dark triad traits. It's like the three things that somebody's a psychopath. They got that shit. Like why? And if we look at studies, women are actually really attracted to those three things specifically. Why do you think that is, though? There's a reason for it. I'll bring it up in a second.
I don't know.
It's actually because those people, even though they're psychopaths, we know that they're good protectors at the same time. Like we know that they're also, if they're not going to hurt you, then you know that they're going to really hurt somebody else that's like trying to hurt you. So that's the only reason why like sometimes people are attracted to them. If y'all notice, whenever like murderers and stuff like that are in prison, they get crazy amounts of letters from women and shit. And it's because like women are really attracted to that weird shit. Oh, that's something I just saw actually. I sent to my girlfriend whenever I was like on my way here. As an Instagram post I saw. What do y'all think of? Do y'all think it's a red flag or a green flag if a woman is addicted to watching true crime stuff? Like true crime shows or like true crime like YouTube stuff.
The flag is clear.
The flag is clear. You think it's green? It's okay.
Yeah.
What do you think?
A green flag?
A green flag?
Yeah.
It has no color.
Yeah. Oh, so this what I said. It was like a study that was done by psychologists, and it was showing that people who watch that stuff that are like addicted to it, watch it regularly, actually have a higher degree of like narcissism. I was like, damn, this shit's fucking scary.
No, I think they're smart and trying not to get killed.
That's what that's what I've always thought of it like that. Like it's people that are like, I want to know exactly what's going to happen if something bad happens, so I'm going to like be prepared for it. But also, I always thought maybe the women are trying to like plan the perfect murder to kill their husbands or something like that.
Usually it's the men that kill the wives.
Oh my god. Yeah, you have
Look
to
up the stats.
Wait.
The first suspect when a police finds a wife dead is the husband.
Of course, yes.
I mean,
I'm not
but you said
gonna
that's
disagree
the
with her.
same
It is.
opposite
So
way.
let's bring that up though. Who's the most abusive household? Would y'all say? Like, is it We're gonna say like all different types of households, like men and women, two gay men, or like lesbians. Which one's like the most abusive? Yeah, yeah. We'll start with you on this one.
I guess I could say straight relationships.
You think just the regular straight ones? What do you think?
Yeah, well, I mean, the ones I've heard in the most quantity were straight. I have heard some gay. I've never heard lesbian.
The highest percentage is lesbian, actually.
Oh wow.
Yeah, of violence. Women are actually very fucking scary, especially I guess when they're together. I don't know.
That was based on what I've heard. That's just my opinion from what I've seen. But yeah, if you're saying that, that's the
that's what the studies show. Yeah. See, the thing is like, let's go back to like the root of the abuse thing. Whenever y'all got into arguments or fights, like in y'all's, I mean, have y'all ever been in a relationship that like got really bad? Like, I'm not gonna say physically abusive, but just verbally abusive, we're not gonna say emotionally abusive, like him neglecting you and stuff. We're gonna say verbally abusive. When it got verbally abusive, can you like remember how it started? Like, was it you starting it? Was it the guy starting it? Like, who do you think usually starts verbal abuse?
Well, I never verbally abused him, so it was him.
It was definitely him. Who do you think?
You've
never even had anything like that, but you never had a guy like be like that with you either.
I'm saying I've never verbally abused anybody, but
You've been in relationships where that shit happens.
Yeah.
So like usually y'all would say like whenever cycles of abuse happen, it's the guy the guy just yells at you kind of for no reason, and then like that's how the fights happen. I'm trying to figure out like have you been in a relationship before? Mm-hmm. You've been in a serious relationship before? Or not really? So this is all going to be a little bit harder for you. But if you've been in a serious relationship before, you've been in arguments and fights before. How do they start?
Well, I mean, it all depends on who got upset about what. But I would say that the one where he called me out of my name is when I addressed him for cheating on me. So I mean,
so you addressed him for cheating, and then he called you out of your name. What did he call you?
The B word.
The B word.
I don't even curse, so I would be a really bad verbal abuser. You will never hear me curse.
Yeah, you're such a jerk.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah.
you're such a meanie ass.
I have to have a well, you can't say that either.
You're a meanie butthead.
Yeah.
Are you a Christian? Like why?
Yes.
Like oh, so you're just a very strong Christian.
Yeah. So in my 13 years of being saved, I think I've slipped and cursed 3 or 4 times.
Oh, good job.
So it's been an actual slip of the tongue, but I've never intentionally cursed someone out since I was 15.
Wow, I didn't know all this. I'm so much more intrigued now by the conversation now I know this about you. So,
well, it doesn't have to be like profanity. It could be like, what did you call him, narcissist, something like that one time, Maria?
No, I never used that word on him because I was 18 and naive and I didn't know what it was at the time.
Yeah. No, so now that I know this, how long have you been saved? You said 13 years?
Yes.
How old are you?
28.
28. So
I was 15.
You were 15. Okay. And when did you, but you lost your virginity?
No.
No?
No.
So you're a virgin?
Yes.
Wow. Didn't know that. Huh? Wow. Yeah, wasn't expecting this. So you've been in a serious relationship. It didn't work out. Was that guy like a really good guy who was a virgin also, or no?
Well, he said he was, but the way he acted, I'm not so sure.
Okay. And you plan on waiting for marriage?
Yes.
Okay. And how has you found any prospects?
I've had many opportunities too.
No. I mean opportunities, but how many guys have you been like, I want to get married? Because you said you want to wait until you're married. How many guys are marriageable men?
I was engaged once.
And what happened?
I broke up with him.
Why?
Because he was an actor. So he was an addict of almost everything. Drugs, alcohol, gambling, and sex.
How'd you beat this guy?
At church. Which exactly, your look down there is exactly how my life was for a long time.
Why are people so bad at
because
discerning? It's crazy.
Yeah, well,
yeah. So did you have parents help you? Have a father in the household?
Yeah, well, growing up it was a little bit mixed, but at the time when I was dating him, yes, I had a spiritual father and mom and pastors, and there was a lot of people involved, like overseeing our relationship, and he had them all fooled as well. So it wasn't just me lacking discernment. He was high level like he
Well,
was
I
a
mean,
high
yeah, if your
level con
parents are
artist.
if your parents are just normal people, they're not going to be able to discern. Like today's level of finesse is way different than finesse 30, 40 years ago. So like unless they kept up with the times really well, they're not going to be able to tell shit.
Well, they are very discerning people. They're also Christians, but what I'm saying is he was an elite version of what I call a Christian con artist. So he knew Bible verses, he worshipped in church out
Oh, he's like
loud,
me.
and yeah, he was really good, and he used Jesus and his Christianese to win people over. And then once he gained their trust, he turned on them. So he was a really, really good actor for about 6 months, and then his act started cracking.
What kind of church are you part of?
Usually non-denominational Pentecostal type
Okay.
churches.
So yeah. Like,
So what did he like do? Like, how did he switch up after acting so long?
After I went to therapy, the therapist said that usually they can keep up an act for about 6 months, and then you start to see the signs and the red flags that weren't necessarily very visible. And so what happened was he relapsed on cocaine and drinking and gambling all at once. And then exactly, it was like hell trying to figure out what he was about to do next.
This is why I'm so against like Christianity. So right now, like when it comes to like dating and shit, because they give the worst fucking advice across the board. It's really fucking ridiculous. Like I do this podcast because I'm actually a very strong Christian, but I turned very like secular, but I still use Christianity to be the basis of almost everything that I put that my prescriptions for this show. But the thing is, the church isn't gonna help you like find anything right today, and like the way that they like purity culture is, it just fucks everything up in the end.
But wait, the church.
I'm not saying to go sleep around or anything. I'm just saying that like it ends up fucking everything up in the end whenever you sit there, because like your ability to not be able to discern, any other girl would have discerned earlier because she would have like spent more time with him, maybe been staying the night with him. Like y'all had a huge split for a lot amount of time when a lot of people would have saw those red flags, but you probably live in a place where you would never move in with a guy before getting married and all that type of shit. Whereas you see a lot of these signs very fast whenever you move quicker, but people don't move quick because you're trying to take it slow, which I agree with you. You should do, but it's going to cause you to have these type of finessers do this shit to you over and over and over again.
Well, I mean, you just assumed
and waste time.
a lot instead of asking me. That wasn't the case. We actually did move too fast, and we spent inordinate amounts of time together. We actually worked together in business.
I don't know how it was so hard for you to see between
because he relapsed 6 months into the relationship, and that's when I started seeing things. So he was able to stay sober, and he was acting like a normal person up until 6 months in. And then that's when I started noticing, and everyone else did too.
Well, here's my thing, okay?
Did you live with him?
No.
Here's the thing. Somebody who has any type of a history or past like that, I'm telling you this as somebody that's been in drugs my whole life. Like I understand the drug game very well, okay? So you can tell that's not their one flaw, okay? He definitely had a bunch of other red flags. There's no way he was just a good Christian guy and then 6 months in he fucking relapsed. In that 6 months there had to be so many things that it was just like that's a little off. But once again, I'm saying your discernment ability isn't there. Like you don't have especially coming from a Christian. This is why I'm so against the Christian culture right now. Because they stay in their little bubble and they don't see how everything else is out in the world. And then when a piece of shit comes through like that, y'all can't even figure it out.
Well, I would say to that, I've only ever had 2 boyfriends, so that's because my discernment was on point for the other ones, and I didn't jump into a relationship with any of them. The only ones that I seriously considered out of all the prospects were those 2. So, I mean...
And why is it so hard for you to choose today? Because there's tons of good Christian virgin men out here. Tons of them. Fucking ton. I coach some of them. Like, I know there's a fuck ton of them. So, if you're your age right now, why have you still not found one of those guys yet?
I mean, not too many people approach me from...
How tall was the second guy?
He was 6'1".
Okay. And, was the 6'3" guy and the 6'1" guy, were they overweight?
No.
Okay. All right,
the second one was kind of a little skinny fat, but he wasn't, like, overweight.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Mine went blank, sorry.
No, you're fine. Let me read that $10 super chat real quick. Oh, thank you, Julian. Hey, Maria, great to see you on the show. Do you know Julian Throne?
Yes,
yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, no, it's so cool that you know him and Patrick. What's up, Patrick?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So you said you've only had 2 serious boyfriends?
Yes.
Like since you've been like dating or whatever.
Yes.
So, would you say that they're a waste of time now that you're single now?
Who's a waste of time?
The past two relationships, don't you? Would you
Yeah, I
consider
don't
that
talk
as a waste of time?
Yeah, well, not really, because I learned so much from them that I needed to learn those lessons. Because now I'm a lot sharper.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
How did you involve your parents in those two picking those two guys?
So the first one, that's where I said I need those lessons. I didn't. He approached me and was super persistent for 6 months, and I wouldn't date him. But a lot of women were throwing themselves on him, and he didn't want them because they were easy, and so he wanted me. And so I was like, hell no. Nah. And then I finally gave in 6 months later and started to date him. And I just was giving him a shot because he was persistent. I didn't involve other people.
What about the second guy?
After going through that, I was like, hell yes, I'm gonna get some counsel, because like the Bible says that there is wisdom in a multitude of counselors.
Yeah.
So I involved pastors, my spiritual parents, his parents knew, like we pretty much introduced each other to each other's family, and so they could speak in to our lives, and we
What
had
about your
outside
parents?
input. Yeah, so my parents aren't really too involved in my life, so they weren't like, they're just a little bit more distant. So my spiritual parents are more like my parents that I seek for counsel.
So no, and Jay Bao, I agree with you, bro. So, something's not adding up here. The thing is, if you have like been putting it off this hard, and I know there's a lot of guys out there that are definitely like good men, it makes me think there's something else going on in the background. How long have you had social media?
I think since I was 15.
Okay. How long have you had like Instagram? Like since then, 15, 16?
Maybe like 17.
Do you think that influences the type of man that you want? Like, do you think like the look, the height, like, is there a certain caliber of guy that you want because you think that that's normal?
Well, I mean, I have high standards, so
Yeah.
I guess I get to see higher standards on social media.
Yeah, but would you say that has made it to where it's harder for you to date a guy that's 5'8"?
No.
No?
I've dated guys of other heights, but those two were the most persistent.
Have you used online dating?
Mhm.
Okay, how often?
I mean, I don't actually seriously look for a real boyfriend online because online dating is so sketchy.
You just look for attention on there?
Yeah, I go.
You just go on there and just message people?
Adventures.
Wow.
That's what I call it. I just like hang out.
Bruh.
But I'm not actually like, I tell them up front I'm not looking for a relationship. So
Oh yeah, but they don't care.
yeah,
Right.
so
Yeah.
So,
Guys
what
don't
dating
care.
apps do you use?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too.
I mean, right now just Facebook dating, but I've been
Mm.
on Facebook dating and Bumble and Hinge, Tinder.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
So you're hanging out with people from Tinder and they're not wanting to do anything with you at all.
No, I mean, I haven't had sex with them, but yes, like guys are guys. It doesn't matter what platform they came from.
Yeah.
They're gonna try stuff.
The Tinder guys
yeah.
are different though.
Yeah, good question. do you watch porn?
No.
No? So you're fully against porn.
I have twice in my life. I have seen porn. Do I watch it now? No.
So when you say adventure, what does that mean? What adventures do you get on in those dating apps?
So I just put like, I like to go hiking, outdoor adventures. I like yoga, I like working out. If you want to hang out, a foodie or whatever, then
So
sure.
you're the
as
type
far
where you're
as-
trying to find a guy and make him your friend, and then once y'all are friends, you're gonna see if he's a good enough potential for dating.
Yeah, but I'm not like like some women on there are like, I'm looking for my husband. And I'm just like, girl, you're a little too serious right now. Like, just calm down, just hang out, chill, relax, and if something happens, then it happens.
Yeah. Well, so do you think that that's the answer though? Like, do you think as a woman that you can just sit back and relax, and if something happens, it's gonna happen? Do you
Yeah.
think that you need to pursue the man of your that God has chosen for you, or do you think that he's
Hell
just
no.
gonna walk into your life?
I believe that
He's just gonna walk
God
into your
has
life?
made men the pursuers.
Really? Wow!
Yes.
I can't wait for this.
Uh-oh.
Oh man, you really think that?
Yes.
Why do you think that? Like, like
Because-
you know the story of Ruth. Like you really think that you are supposed to be pursued? You really
Yes.
believe that?
Yes.
Well, that's is exactly why you're in the situation that you're in. Especially when I know you're around good Christian men. If you actually pursued, you would actually probably find the right one. Like you're not supposed to just sit around and wait. The man is the prize, not the woman. Like a lot of
I
women.
disagree.
Oh yeah, I know you disagree. Every woman that's ever been on my table disagreed every time I said that. But here,
It's obvious now.
I could literally put out 4 stillmans that will prove it dead ass that the guy is the prize. But I'm not saying all guys are the prize either. Most guys are not the prize. The guys that you want are the fucking prize though. If we had an island with 100 women, an island with 100 men, the one with 100 women had one
Every
man,
episode.
and the one with 100 men had one woman. Which one's gonna repopulate first?
The one woman. I mean, sorry.
The one with 100 women, right?
Yeah, the
And
100
one guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So guys create more life. The guy who had the most children, 777. The one with the most, 69. Guys create more life. You can create life, but I can create more in a shorter amount of time. Okay. I'm the prize in that category. Who puts the ring on your finger?
The man does.
The man does. Yeah. Who's the gatekeeper of relationships?
Both.
No. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. The reason why you're a virgin is because you control who you have sex with. Okay.
And I also control who I get into a relationship with.
Most women you are begging to be in a relationship with certain guys, especially
No,
women
I'm
that like.
not. That's why I'm single.
I know, but still, at the end of the day, you don't put the ring on your finger. The guy does. Okay, he wants to marry
he's the
you.
pursuer. He needs to pursue me. Go get a ring, and pursue the woman to put the ring on.
But don't you have to
I don't
step
have
in
to go
line?
buy the
But
ring.
you have to be a certain person to get the ring.
Of course, but I don't pursue.
But no, this is not about pursuing. Hold on, this is about
That's what
who's
you
the
were
prize.
talking
No,
about.
I'm talking about who is the prize.
You also
Hold on. If he's giving you the ring, it's very simple. If you have to act, because guess what? You have to be a certain woman to get the ring. You can't just make the guy fucking put it on you. You have to act a certain way. So he is the prize because you're moving. You're changing your life. You're acting a different way to get him. Okay? He is the prize even in that state. He's the prize. Okay? And then if we look at masculinity today in society, what are women today?
disagree.
Okay, well, it's a fact. But no, if you look at society, what is needed today? Masculinity or femininity?
Both strong women and strong men.
No, we need masculinity. Women are masculine. There's not a bunch of men that are feminine that's helping the world. It's a bunch of masculine women that are super masculine because they're running the shit that the guys usually do. We need masculinity. So when we have masculine men, they are the prize. What is there more of? High value men or pretty women?
There's more pretty women.
There's way more pretty women than there is high value men. So supply and demand, he is the prize. There's way less than him. So the guys that you want, the 6'3" guy, or the guys that are attractive that the other women want too, he is the prize. You have to pursue him. And this is something that even God, like even the Bible talks about this. It's something that feminism has really fucked up the church. And it really pisses me off that this is something that is even said all the time by feminists who go to church. The church is completely destroyed today, has completely been taken over by the gynocentric society. It is so fucked up. Like, I want to go to your fucking church and yell at your pastor now because I know that there's tons of other women that probably say the same fucking shit. And it's crazy. Because the man is the fucking prize. You want to know why the world's so fucked up today? Because y'all don't treat men like they're the prize. In the Bible, actually no. Let's actually take it back. Should you respect your man or love your man more?
Okay, I have a question for you. Why are you asking me one-worded questions, and when I say one word, then you go on a whole speech instead of letting me actually have the floor to explain why I believe what I believe?
Go ahead, explain.
So I think that the church has brought an immense amount of value to people. The church is like a hospital for the broken. When I've been depressed, suicidal, and all of this stuff, the people that helped me, loved me the most, showed me the most grace, and were the most generous people of their time, resources, everything, were people from the church. The reason why I have hope in humanity is because they have been the most loving and caring and kind and beautiful people towards me. Obviously, you have a lot of church hurt. That's okay.
I have no church hurt. I have no church hurt. I went to one of the greatest fucking non-denomination church, the Oaks Fellowship down there in Red Oak. Okay, I went there for 3 years, not because my parents made me or anything. I literally went because I wanted to, and it was exactly what you just said. The most loving, amazing environment in the world. No, it is amazing. Is that every fucking church though? No. 90% of them, 95% of them are shit. So what I said, the general statement that I said that all the churches are feminized and they're all fucked up, 90% of them are. That general statement was fucking true. That's great that you might go to a good one, but I guarantee you that's great. It has all that love. But if it's making a bunch of fucking women, single women for the rest of their lives, they're not living in God's purpose. Because your fucking purpose is to have a family and have children. It's not to sit there and do what the fuck you want.
I disagree because
okay.
in the Bible,
you have one purpose in this world, just like how I have one purpose. You have one purpose too. Yes.
No.
It's that simple.
the Bible says it's better not to marry if you can help it. But if you're going to burn in your passions,
what?
in your lust, then it's
Hold
better
on.
to marry than to
Wait,
burn.
what?
Hold on, run that back.
Wait,
What
run
did
that
you
one
say?
back. I ain't never heard
Google
that
this.
before.
Get your phones out. It's better not to marry. That's in the Bible.
Where
For
does
who?
it say that? Where
For
is
who?
it? Recite the verse.
That's the verse.
What's the book?
I'm pretty sure that's probably. I'll have to check it
I-
out, but I'm
I
pretty sure
believe
that's Old
it's-
Testament.
No, it's in the New Testament. But
Where?
then it says if you
Where?
are going to
Where
burn,
is it in the Bible though?
I don't know. I think it's Corinthians. If you are
Mhm.
going to burn, then it's better to marry. So I don't think my sole purpose on earth is to get married and have kids. I think that's a very culturally taught belief. But I don't think that you have to get married and you have to have kids in order to please God. I really don't.
Then what's your
I think
purpose?
my purpose is to glorify Jesus, to make him known, to love him, to give him a love he's worthy of, and to share that love with people. That's my ultimate purpose in life.
Yeah.
To help people heal, to help people grow.
What
Now,
also
if a
start a
man,
family.
if a man comes,
And be
What verse
fruitful
do we
and
have?
yeah,
have
if
children.
a man comes along and I do get married, then at that point I would become
If
fruitful
a man
and
comes
multiply.
along, but you need to pursue the man.
I disagree because right now I'm working on myself. I'm healing, I'm growing, I'm becoming a better person that will be more equipped and have more to bring to the table. Right now I don't feel like I want a relationship because I need to step it up. I need to level up before I'm ready to. So
I'm about to figure this out real
I'm
quick.
not
Like-
really interested in pursuing a man because I'm not interested in getting a relationship right now.
Okay,
so
well, the
wait a
older
second.
you get,
When
the
are
harder
you
it's going to
gonna-
be.
yeah.
The older you get, the harder it's going to be, just so you know, because men and women are not the same. Like, you think you're going to have all these options at 30, 35, 40? It's not going to happen. You're not going to have no fucking
I'm
options
not
because
worried
men
about
and
that.
okay, well, you should be. Is I'm telling you because
No,
you
I
should.
shouldn't.
Look, here, it all goes back to one thing actually. Do you think that you should be respected more or loved more by your man?
Loved.
You should be loved more?
Hey,
Should you
Sergio.
respect your man or love him more?
The foundation of everything is love. Love.
No, it's
When you
actually
love
not.
someone,
And this
then
is
you
and
grow to respect them.
no.
You just asked me my opinion and then
I'm not
said
asking
no.
your opinion. I'm asking because
So
like
this
you want to
is a
keep going back
fact.
to the
What-
Bible. I'm gonna keep
what's
going back
the
to the Bible.
reference? What's
Huh?
the reference to your fact? If it's
In
not your
Ephesians,
opinion,
he talks about the cycle between respect and love. Okay, and I can tell everything that's going on in your head. You don't respect men, and that's
Yes, I
why.
do.
No, because if you did, you would already have a guy. It's very easy to find
That's
love.
not
It's
true.
very easy to find a guy who will love you that you want when you respect them correctly. You can't even pursue a guy. You don't respect them.
yes, I do.
No. If you respected a man as the prize, you would be pursuing one. You don't respect a man. You think that they're equal with you, and that's what the fucking church has taught people today. That's why everything is
Yeah,
fucked
I
up.
do think
It's
men
not
and
blank
women
slate. It's
are
not
equal.
equal.
Yes, I do.
No, it's not at all. It's not at all. Even the Bible says that you are to follow your man. Your man follows God. You do not. You are not above him. You're not equal to him. You're not.
Okay.
You're under him.
Okay,
Period.
this is not a matter. I think we're not defining terms correctly. I think yes, the Bible says that God is the head. The man is the head of the household. So it's God, man, and then the woman.
Yeah.
However, we're equal in dignity and value, but the woman should submit to the authority of the husband.
Yes,
That's
because
what
it's
I believe.
okay. They talk about
But
this in
they're
Ephesians.
equal.
It's based off of responsibility. This is the problem today. Just because the economy's fucked up, just because the dollar's devalued, just because it takes both parents working a lot, and feminism pushed fucking women to the workforce, that doesn't mean that guys can have treated like or disrespected, treated worse.
I agree.
Just because of that, okay? And that's what's happening today, though. You're seeing everything as equal when you still need to prop that guy up as above you, even though he makes the same as you. And
I
that's
think-
why everything is fucked up today.
I think this is a really hilarious conversation because you're super emotional and getting more like, and I'm over here like so chill, and you're just like totally monopolizing the conversation, but you don't ask enough questions to get to the bottom of what I really believe. Then you judge me based on the little, you don't know anything about me that we just met tonight.
Look,
So
I know
what I'm
enough
saying-
about Christians because
No,
I literally fuck
You
with
don't
them
know
all
enough
the
about
time.
me is
Look,
what I said.
you're
But I said-
how old are you?
I'm 28.
You're 28 years old. You're a
I
Christian
wasn't
woman that is a
done.
virgin, and you're still fucking single. That's not
Nothing's
okay.
wrong with that.
No, it definitely
You
shows red
think-
flags. You definitely.
no.
That's why everybody was saying
You
that
think
there's
it's
something
not
else that's
okay.
not. No, there's something else wrong there. There's definitely something else
No.
wrong there. And this is the problem with Christianity is you can sit there and act like you're
No.
good or you're a good person like that. You definitely have something hiding.
No,
And
I
that's what
don't.
everybody wants to find out on this show. We all want to find
So-
out what it is because you're definitely hiding something.
No,
And
I
feminism
disagree.
has
So,
ruined the church. So everybody likes to see this as an example of look what the church does to women. Y'all think that y'all deserve something that you really don't. You think you're the prize. You think everything's equal. That's all wrong. And the Bible says that. This is the problem today is Christians, people who call themselves Christians, go to church, don't even understand the New Testament. You don't even understand it.
Yes,
Go
I
read
do.
Corinthians and Ephesians again, like 5 times. Both of them.
But you
read them like 5 times
you've
each.
never asked me what my thoughts are on feminism. You just assume I'm a feminist.
I don't. I know. I
actually-
said the church is feminized. I said a general statement. The churches are feminized today. I never said that you're a feminist. I said that they are all feminized. So everything that you're learning is from feminism.
No, it's not.
Yes, if the churches are feminized, then yes, it
They
is.
teach healthy masculinity and healthy femininity. And when
Wow.
a woman is truly secure in her relationship with a masculine man, her femininity will come out. When a man is not secure in his masculinity, then the woman feels a need to compensate for that lack and become more masculine.
There's thousands of men that make 50,
there's a
60K a
healthy
year.
dynamic.
There's thousands of virgin Christian men. I know a ton of them that are making 50, 60K a year, and they get passed up by virgin women like you in the church all day long, okay? There's tons of these good guys. Y'all don't give them the fucking chance because y'all are just as hypergamous as every other girl that has an Instagram on their phone.
No, I just simply haven't met the right person. It's not that I'm closed off or not willing to give them a chance or whatever. I've given them many chances, but I'm just saying.
And I'm just proving that your own lust of your eyes has literally fucked it up for you. Like you just having an Instagram and literally just seeing like chiseled men and just seeing like guys 6'3" and shit like that. You think you deserve something like that when you should be happy with a fucking 5'8" plumber who makes 56K a year. There's nothing wrong with that. And God would never judge you for that.
No, here's the thing. I
Hey,
never
Maria.
said that I needed someone that was over 6 foot or whatever. But I just said the first one was chiseled that I dated. The second one was not. He was skinny fat. He had like a belly.
Yeah, but he was still a 6'1" dude. He was still above average.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is you're assuming once again that I need a certain type of physique when I don't.
Look, most women have this issue today. Like just because you're a virgin Christian woman,
a man that's under 6 foot as well.
All I'm proving is that you're no different than all these other women that aren't virgins and aren't Christian women. Okay, you have the same issues as them, where you think that you deserve this and you're really this, and this happens all day today. Ego. You can be a Christian and you can still have an ego the size of a fucking Mars. Like it doesn't matter. Like you would already be married. There's tons of these fucking good guys in the church if you were the type of woman that really wanted that, and that's what God really fucking wants out of you.
No, here's the thing. There's a beautiful woman that I really look up to and respect. Her name's Lisa Nichols. She didn't get married until she was at least 45. I think she was 50 when she finally found the right person for her. She's an incredible motivational speaker. She's very famous and has accolades and everything around the world. She's world renowned. And she had never been married once in her life. And so, I mean, you could say everything that you're saying to her, but that wasn't the case. She was living her life and becoming her best self. And then after 50 or whatever, then she met the guy she was supposed to be with, and they got married. So I'm not putting a timeline on when I meet the guy. I'm not saying the guy needs to come now. The guy should have come when I was 23. Like, I'm just saying whatever happens whenever I meet that person, then I'm going to get engaged and get married. But I'm not like, I'm running out of time. I'm desperate. I need someone now.
I'm just saying that you should pursue. That's all I'm saying is you should. Let me ask this really quick, and I'll go back to you. Do you believe gay people can be in church? Like, do you think
gay people are in church?
Yeah, so like, are you okay with a gay pastor?
Can there be a gay pastor preaching in church?
Who's not acting out on his homosexual urges? Yes.
It's a very simple question. Can they be a gay pastor preaching in church?
Yes.
Okay.
If they're living a biblical lifestyle, yes.
What? How is being gay a biblical lifestyle?
Gay is a sexual orientation. It doesn't mean you're having gay sex all the time.
So
you can be a straight abstinent person. You can be a gay abstinent person. So if I'm living biblically, I'm not having sex until marriage.
So God would accept somebody to be a pastor in that position, is what we're saying, though.
Yeah, if they have homosexual desires and they want to preach the gospel, of course they can.
Okay. Yeah. See, this is just what we're talking about when it comes to like feminization has really ran the church up.
Maria, the Bible specifically says that sodomy, which is homosexuality, penetrating through the how gay people do it. The Bible
don't say the word, bro. Don't say it on YouTube.
the Bible specifically condemns it. So how can you say that somebody can be attracted to
Sodomite.
another man? And
How can a sodomite be a pastor?
yeah,
You stupid as hell. Okay. I don't know how I can explain it any more clearly. I can have all kinds of desires but not act on them. That doesn't mean I'm disqualified from sharing the love of God. If a man is struggling with homosexuality and he wants to preach the unadulterated gospel that Jesus Christ
But like
is the
if he,
savior of the world.
but we're saying he's gay and he has a gay husband. Like he has a husband.
Okay, then no.
Then no.
I said if they're living the lifestyle, then no. If
Okay.
they're living a biblical lifestyle,
But like if he's
then
a gay
yes.
married man and like he's being a pastor, then you would be against that.
Yes.
Okay.
Because that's against what the Bible says.
Okay. But if he's a gay pastor that he's not gay anymore, but he's just
If he has homosexual desires, but he's not married,
and he's just
to a
being like
man
honest to
and
everybody
having
about it,
sex-
kind of.
Yes, and
Yeah.
having sex with men, then he can be in a position of authority at a church. Yes.
Yeah. Hey, scroll up to the verses really quick. I know I saw them up there. No, scroll up.
yeah,
Kinda
Uh,
cleared you,
he just explained what the full version of Corinthians
This phrase
said.
is a biblical reference from 1 Corinthians 7:9, which states, "But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry. They should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion."
Let me
the
say
next
the full Bible person.
Yeah.
So 1 Corinthians 7, verse 8. My bad. Now to the unmarried and the widows, I say, it is good for them to stay unmarried as I am. But if they cannot control themselves, they should marry, for it is better to marry than to burn with passion.
Keep going.
Then verse 10. To the married, I give this command, not but the Lord. A wife must not be separated from her husband. So it's saying that so it was talking to the widows and the unmarried women
Right.
that
If you can't control yourself,
Exactly.
then get
That's exactly what I said. Did I not?
no
You
no
can
it
play
is not.
back.
No
Yes,
it is
That's
not.
not what you were saying.
I
though.
said it's better not to marry, but if you can't control yourself and you're going to burn
For
with
the-
passion, then
No,
yes, get married.
unmarried,
unmarried-
unmarried
like
and
unmarried
widows.
people.
It's like women that have trouble getting men, basically, or
Right.
women that have been widowed.
rather than
There's-
being
there-
an
yeah, there's
adulterer,
context
then
to it.
get married.
Not
No,
for
it
not for
said it's
single
better
women
not
like
to marry.
yourself. Single normal women like yourself. It's not saying you shouldn't get married. It's saying
How did you just
The
read it and
widows.
totally
says-
miss what it said?
It said the
that's
widows.
I just oh
and-
my goodness.
um, I mean, if you could keep reading through it,
No,
explains
go to
it
the
some
one
more,
before
but
that.
The way that you had it in context was most definitely
That
not
if a
what
person is
it's saying.
unable to control
No,
their sexual
before that.
desires, they should consider a marriage as a way to fulfill those desires in a socially acceptable and moral way. However, the phrase has also been used more broadly to suggest that it is better to pursue a committed relationship or marriage than to engage in casual sexual relationships or promiscuity that can lead to negative consequences such
That's what it
No, I was
says,
talking
so-
about
such
the Bible
as
verse.
emotional
not
pain,
the
the
unplanned
Bible
pregnancy,
verse.
sexual
No,
transmitted
that's not a
infections, and
Bible
damaged
verse.
reputation.
That
This
is a
is a
Bible
comment.
verse. It just said no. The Bible verse they just sourced.
Well, he
it
was
from
saying it before.
Corinthians.
He's
She
Yes, I was
explaining.
asking him to pull it up, not
she
explain
gonna
it.
she gonna play it. I'm sorry to say, I hate to say it. She needs a reality check.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, scroll. What was the other thing that they were saying? There was another question that I saw. Somebody said maybe she's not a virgin. So mean. World of facts. Sergio, ask her, the woman, right? Ask her to define misandry and who is more deceptive, men or women. Yeah, let's just define misandry real quick. Do you know what misandry means?
No, I don't know.
Do you know what
it means.
misandry means?
I've heard of it before. I think it's where like you're hating on men for
Yeah.
being men.
Yeah, well, it's just the hatred of men.
Oh.
Just if you hate men, you're a misandrist.
Oh,
If you're a misogynist,
Makes
you
sense.
hate women. If
Right.
you're a misandrist, that means you hate men. And who is more deceptive, men or women? Would you say women are more
Women.
deceptive or men?
I
Women?
would say women.
Women?
Hmm.
I'm actually kind of split on that one. I don't
Yeah.
know. It
I guess
depends
it-
who
I
the
mean,
guy
I
is. It
can-
depends on, yeah,
yeah.
majority of guys no. Majority of guys are not.
I mean, I
Well,
know a
yeah,
lot that
guys
are,
can be
though.
very deceptive, and that's why I was conned. But I'm just saying, like, I think the ability to deceive who has it better, who can do it better, is women.
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
Um,
No, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. No, the only reason you were put here is to have and raise children and be a helpmate to that man under his authority. Yeah, true. So yeah, I gotta ask now. I gotta go back over here to you though. Yeah, let's get back like kind of on topic. This is actually goes really good with like the Christian thing and kind of like with what the theme was for tonight with the abuse stuff. would you? So what is? What would the church like? What would you expect the pastor to say is the line that goes past that they should get a divorce? Like we'll say anything, cheating, abuse, all that stuff. When should a biblical family, a family that goes to church all the time, when should they cut it off and divorce?
What is it? Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Adultery, so cheating.
Would you say physical abuse?
Yeah, physical abuse
And like any type of physical abuse at all?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most
Okay.
definitely.
Any type of physical abuse and cheating, right?
Yeah.
Any
Mhm.
yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of other stuff, but mostly
I
those
know
two
it's
things.
like 3 of them.
Yeah,
I can't
okay.
think of the last one.
Why do you think like when would a pastor be like y'all need to like this is best for y'all to divorce now?
I would say the most thing is sexual deviancy. So if you're participating in pedophilia or bestiality.
Whoa. A little too far there. Yeah.
Well, yeah. So I think like the sexual perversion is the biggest one that would call for it. But overall, Christians are not supposed to get divorced.
Yeah, so now
I
let
know
me peel.
pastors that have
Yeah,
3 wives.
so yeah, just Jerry. That's why I'm
I
bringing
didn't
it
say
up.
what they do. I said what they're supposed to do according to the Bible.
I'm
And
just saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know,
No.
Hey Maria, so why did you break up with your boyfriend when he was going through like his addiction problems? If the line is that
they weren't married yet.
okay.
She didn't have to.
Well, yeah, we weren't married, but also because he started everything off on the lie. He told me he was sober for at least 1 year, which the therapist said is, more feasible to work with. But he had only been sober for 3 months when we met, and then he relapsed 6 months later. So he lied his whole way through, and when he relapsed, he was still lying and hiding and covering things
See,
up. So
and
it was the lies mostly
that's
that
what I
did
mean
it
when,
for
when
me.
I said like the red flag thing. Like the Christian church is like, oh, he was a drug addict. It's okay. Like it's been a year. He's gonna be a new man now. It's like me. I would have been like, no, that dude's gonna fucking relapse. Like if I was your father, I'd be like, no, you're not fucking with that guy. He's a piece of shit. Like he's definitely gonna relapse. People can't just not be like I don't know. I've been around the game and long enough to understand people can't just fucking be perfect for the rest of their life after they've
Well,
done
yeah.
certain drugs like cocaine and alcohol. Like you can't just be fucking perfect after that shit. And if so, you can, but it's really hard, and only certain
Yeah.
people do it.
Well, I know a lot of people who have been drug addicts or alcoholics, even sex addicts who haven't gone back to it. So I still have hope for people, even though they could have had an addictive
In this
past.
hedonistic society, though, like how the world is so hedonist, like there's so much hedonism going on. It's just not the time whenever you can give second chances to people, though. Like I agree with you. I really believe
Yeah,
in
well,
giving
that's
people
why
second
I
chances.
broke
but-
up with him.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I wasn't
obviously.
about to get married to that.
Yeah. Here,
We
here.
have a super chat.
Yeah. Let me read that $2 one real quick. Traditional Modern Talks. Thank you, bro. Ladies, why should men pick you over others? Unique? Huh? Why? Why should men pick you over others? What makes you unique? I guess is what
Yeah,
he's
yeah, I
trying to
think that's
say.
what he's saying.
I mean, I'm very I'd like to think that I was intelligent. I'm pretty funny. I think I can,
Make me
I
laugh.
have feminine.
I'm just fucking with you.
No.
I'm just fucking with you.
I have, the feminine traits. I can cook.
You gonna take care of your man? You gonna rub
very
his feet?
Yeah, I've done that before. Like that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm very nurturing.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
all
like
that matters.
what I'm
So why are you not in a
supposed
relationship then?
to-
There's not enough
because-
good men out here, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is.
There's a lot of broke boys, but they're not.
Yeah. People like to act like something they're not. So it's like, okay.
I'm telling you, it's hard for these ladies to settle, guys. Go for the next one.
So, I would say that most of all, I love Jesus. That's my biggest quality is that I'm submitted to Him. So whenever I'm out of line, I repent and I ask for forgiveness. I would say that's the best thing to work with someone you're in a relationship with is someone who's humble enough to say that they were wrong. And obviously, I mean, I feel like I'm very loving and I'm generous with my time, my efforts, my resources. Like I got your back. Like I'm gonna be there to support you. I'm gonna be there to encourage you. I'm gonna be there to tell you good morning and to make sure that you're set. I mean, I'm pretty freaking loyal, and I love to have a good time.
I hope
And-
so. Shit. Can
What
you
I'm
imagine a
saying-
guy taking virginity and then she cheats on you? Like, what the fuck?
No, I'm like really like fun loving, crazy. I love adventure. I love adrenaline. A little bit too much. I've got a little bit injured along the way, but I would say, I just love to help people have a better, happier, more meaningful life, and I like to challenge people and pursue them into their destiny. So I feel like I would be a really good sidekick.
I bet you sound like a really good one. It just makes me sad because I know fucking so
We'll send them my
many.
way. Hell.
I know, for real, I will.
Hell.
Like, I know so many amazing virgin guys. Like, I'm talking amazing men. Like as on the path of God as it can get.
Yeah, well,
And
I
it's
haven't
just
really
like
crossed paths with them. When I go to church, I go to worship, and I leave. I don't really hang around waiting for a man to come up with me.
I don't think that you're supposed to hang around and wait for men, but like it was like what I was
No,
saying.
she should. That's
Well,
what the
but
church
that-
is
but
for,
yeah,
man.
yeah, I know, right? Like, what the fuck? Like,
That's what it's
yeah,
for.
for real. It's for socializing.
But,
The fuck.
Yeah, but I'm not over there like trying to promote myself and to make it happen.
You
I'm
should.
more like laid
Oh,
back,
goodness.
and whenever it happens, it happens.
Do you think that men and women can be friends in a relationship, or like if you were
Yeah.
married to a guy, like can he have a bunch of women friends and you can have a bunch of guy friends?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And like, and if
You
you're,
ain't got the answers, man.
and
You ain't got the answers.
and if your husband was ever like, you know what, I just like, and I'm not, and I know that you hang out with a bunch of guys at church and stuff. Like, they're probably all amazing, good men and stuff. But if he was like, you know what, I still just feel uncomfortable with that. I don't want you to do it anymore. Would you respect him enough to stop doing it?
It depends on where he's coming from.
The why, guys? Are you insecure? Because no, I'm not going to do it then.
Okay, here's the deal. That's actually a good question because in my last relationship, he was cheated on and I was cheated on. So we both came from a little bit of a distrust perspective. However, I told him, look, if you're going to cheat on me, go ahead and do it. I will not control who you hang out with. If you have a woman friend, go hang out with her. I was very uncontrolling. So I'm like, okay, go ahead and cheat on me. But get this, I will not be with you. I will be gone. You can cheat, I will be gone. So go do your thing. And so he trusted me to be like have guy friends. I've had them like for years and years. I have guy and girlfriends. So I don't really think that you need to be romantically involved with either guys or girls to be friends with them. And
so like, trust me, I completely agree with you. Like, I actually teach men how to become friends with women. Like that, I'm
think
successful
they
in my
have
life.
Female friends.
Yeah, I'm very successful in my life because of my female friends. Okay,
Yes.
so like I know that, but I will tell you something. I'm very fucking rare. In the church, this is not the same. In the church, a lot of those guys can't be friends with women. But in the real world, where like she lives and like everybody else that's watching the show and shit, they can't. These women can't fucking trust guys to be their friends. They're just beta orbers that are trying to fuck them. So it's like,
Yeah.
but in the church, I agree with you. Let me see that $5 from Julian.
Yeah.
Maria, I'm glad you're here because we are very much not the cucks you remember in the MLM Forex world. That's funny. No, so you were part of all that too back then? That he
Yeah.
was? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's dope. $2 from Traditional Modern Talks. What's both of y'all's denominations? Yeah, she said non-denominational, right?
Yeah, so the reason a lot of my beliefs, I have a Catholic foundation and background. Up until
Explains
I
a
was
lot.
Yeah, so I mean, I was about to say we are taught that the male is a pursuer, like God pursued humanity. Like, the God reaching out to man. And
Yeah.
so and God's representation, like that we receive the love of God through our husband as well. So that's why we submit to him because he's representing the authority of Christ on the earth.
Yeah, talk about that a little bit
He's the husband is the authority. He's representing the authority and the love of Christ, and the woman can submit to someone like that. So that's why I believe a lot of the things I believe.
Yeah, so Catholicism's really fucked up though. So that explains a lot.
But wait, that's just my foundation. I'm not actually religious, so I don't practice Catholicism anymore religiously, but a lot of my foundational beliefs are that way. Now I go to Pentecostal non-denominational churches.
Yeah, so like
Holy Spirit filled, gifts, signs, wonders, things like that.
Yeah, no. So I started in Catholicism too. I went to a private school that was a Catholic school called St. Joseph's down in Waxahachie, and like when I went there, like I understand everything. But the thing is, like Catholicism is like the devil in my eyes. Like literally,
Good Lord,
completely
help us,
fucking
Jesus.
evil. No, seriously, it is
No, it's not.
it is the darkness to the light. It is seriously the whole darkness. That's why the Pope touches children. That's like it's orthodoxy versus non-orthodoxy. Like that's all it is. When Martin Luther did that shit, it was for good reasons. Like, you gotta understand, us leaving and coming, like everything that we're doing all over here is like the truth.
Well, hold on.
All that orthodoxy shit is fucked up. Like, it's all rituals. It's worshiping Mary. There's a lot of literally
No, we
like
don't
the
worship
demonic
Mary.
shit going on over there. It's idol worship. It's idol worship.
Okay.
It's doing rituals. That's not okay. That's what that is literally what like Jews do. That's not what we do.
Okay, we actually do not worship Mary. The Catholic Church is against worship of any saints, idols, anything other than Jesus Christ. And so if we are to intercede, We have saints as our intercessors. They pray for us, but we cannot pray to them because they have no power in and of themselves. That's idolatry. And
I'm
then
just talking about Mary specifically.
so yeah, we do not. Mary has no power in and of herself. Mary prays for us on behalf of us and intercedes to God, to Jesus.
How
And
can
so
a dead person pray for you?
she's not dead, she's alive. Everyone who knows Christ, we believe, is alive because you die in the physical body, but your eternal life is forever.
Oh my
So
God.
you never actually
Catholicism
die.
is very fucking fucked
So
up, bro.
no, but
Like,
Christians believe that too. We never actually die, only our mortal bodies
I
do.
know, but the way that Catholics like put it into those terms to where like we're gonna pray to Mary, that's what
I
makes
just
it
said
fucked
we
up.
don't pray to Mary. Mary has no power in and of herself.
I understand, but you're still like I have Mexican family that still has Mary up, and
They
they still
might
use the
be-
rosary. Like this is
There's a lot of
idol worship.
confusion.
That is
What
idol
I'm-
worship.
What I'm saying, there are Catholics who worship saints. However, the Catholic Church doesn't teach or permit that. They are confused individuals, just like the Pope or priest molesters are confused and demonic individuals. The church never teaches to go rape kids. They actually put us through training. The Catholic Church, get this, put us through training on how to spot pedophiles and molesters. So what I'm saying is the actual foundational principles of what they teach, the dogma, the canon, whatever, that is sound. Now, what other individuals within Catholicism do is not representative of the Catholic Church.
I just disagree with you on it even being sound because, like
They're
I
not
said,
even
I'm not
Catholic.
I'm not okay with
They're
rituals
demonic.
though.
They're evil.
But like I said, it's not even just the idol worship; it's also the rituals. Like none of that shit is supposed to be done. Like I don't believe them doing rituals either.
Well, that's okay. We can go on the whole Catholic debate for hours, but
yeah,
you
yeah,
can
my
ask
bad.
her what
No.
her faith
So
is.
yeah, so I kind of want to go back.
They ask what her faith is too.
Oh yeah. What's your faith?
Oh, I'm a Christian. I go to church. My relationship with God is pretty organic. God lives in me. I try to live as He would want me to. And yeah,
Just be the best you could be.
exactly.
I got to kind of like go back to what you said though. So like you wouldn't break up with your husband if he cheated on you?
No,
You wouldn't divorce
because
him?
I don't believe that that's permitted to divorce because of adultery.
What if he divorced you over you cheating on him?
I can't control if someone else divorces me.
Yeah,
But that's not biblical. If that's what you're asking me.
You don't think that's biblical?
No.
I'm gonna damn. I wish fucking what's his name was here right now because he has the verse for it. I don't. I'm about to actually text him and
No,
tell him to come in.
that is.
No, because actually, it's only when the woman cheats is whenever you're supposed to actually divorce her.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
But
Because it's only adultery when
No.
that happens.
no, because I believe that the Bible does not permit divorce. But that is a very, very controversial verse. The one you're referencing that he knows, some translations say adultery, and some translations that word porneia means sexual deviancy and immorality like pedophilia and bestiality. So that word right there has been mistranslated and misunderstood, which has allowed a lot of people to start divorcing within Christianity.
No, actually.
But Jesus said not to divorce. Out of his own mouth, Jesus said, do not divorce.
Okay.
You can look that up.
No, hey, drop the link for traditional. Go to invite right there. On the bottom of the screen. On the bottom. See, it says invite to the right. You're right where it's at. You're right where it was at, bro. Go left. You're right there. It says invite right there. Yeah, click it. Click the copy button. Put it in the chat. Traditional, hit that, bro. Dude, it's do you know how to do it on Mac?
Yeah.
It's like it's fuck.
Control V.
It's not control. It's like a
it's not.
different button. It's
Oh.
like it's not the control button.
Command?
Command. Yeah,
Yeah,
command.
yeah.
Command V. There we go. Yeah, traditional. Hit that, bro. But no, I let me take it back to like the abuse thing really quick. Do y'all think that there's a difference between an abusive relationship? No, let's actually, yeah, let's not do that. Do y'all think that a woman can ever be, like the abuser in a relationship? Like, have y'all ever, like, do you think that a woman can be like the starter of a physical abuse?
1,000 million
Physical,
gazillion percent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And so, what usually causes that? Like, why do you think a woman would be the one to just physically go abuse a guy when obviously he's way bigger than her and knock the shit out of her?
Because she chose a passive man who's effeminate that she can beat around.
Yeah.
So, like, you think women like choose like a weaker guy on purpose so then she can pick him
Mentally
around?
I mean, an
Yes.
abuser does that. If
Yeah.
she's an abuser, then she picks somebody weaker.
So,
No, So, do you think that even a passive man is not able to harm, like any woman is with, even a masculine woman? Do you think that that is not
Of
possible?
course, he can harm a woman.
Yeah. So what is like behind
But
her
I
that,
mean,
that she thinks that she can like control him or like manipulate and mistreat him?
because she know obviously it will be a man that she knows isn't going to hit her back.
Uh, hmm. Hey, actually, I need to get the remote before I put him on because I forgot the audio is going to go through the TV really quick.
All right, go ahead.
Y'all might need to take your headset off to hear me. I'm not sure. Maybe you'll be able to. Yeah, click. Go down to the Moses thing, and then you can click add to stream. Yeah.
Right. You guys hear me?
What's up, bro? Can you hear us?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me switch my mic out real quick.
You can hear him?
Yeah.
On where?
All right. I hear you guys. All right. Turn my camera on. Boom. All right. We're on. Purple pill. My guy Sergio. You guys hear me?
Yeah, hold on, bro. 1 second.
All right. Yeah, this is a good topic tonight. I like it. It's it's insightful, especially with the Christian view, because this is like one of my passionate topics. So I definitely got some
Yeah,
things to
bro.
say.
I don't have a computer in front of me. Fucking please put some facts up on the board.
That's all good. Yeah, what the lady saying about the whole divorce thing, it's really not that deep. I mean, God make it so simple. God is not a complex God. He's very simple to the point about, especially with those situations, because there's only three conditions for divorce, especially with adultery being one of them you mentioned. And the second one is abandonment. And the last one is what unbelieving spouse leaves a husband, or wife leaves his husband. Either way, it's like you got to understand God made it permittable because he hates the act of divorce. But the problem is people don't understand it's used for the purpose of making sure his children are not harmed by the wrong person. That's why there's so many divorces in
Hmm.
America for certain reasons.
No, like that makes perfect sense, man. That's actually kind of what I wanted to bring up with you. Like, do you think that like men and women are the same when it comes to like like cheating or like sexual having sexual options stuff? Like, would you say men and women are like blank slate the same?
What do you mean?
Like as far as if your man cheats, do you think it's the same as you cheating?
Yeah.
You think it's the exact same?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like for men, mostly when they cheat, it's just for sex, but when a woman's cheating, it's for emotional connection and also sex nowadays. But
Would
I feel like they're both equally responsible for adultery, yes.
Would you say though that like when she does it though, she does it because she's already emotionally checked out? Like she was already in love with the or not in love, but falling out of love with her man, and she's already emotionally cheating
Yeah,
with the other guy.
usually, yes.
Do you think guys do the same?
I think men mostly cheat for sex and not for
So
emotional
like he could
connection.
kind of go do it, and it's like taking a piss, and he'll come back, and it's not going to mess up his ability to provision or take care of his family or,
I mean,
or do any of those things.
each man is different, but I would say most men cheat just for the physical pleasure, but some men are cheating because their wives are emotionally checked out and not fulfilling them.
And then like if a wife, if a in a Christian household, isn't having sex with her husband or like fulfilling him, in those desires, is it still cheating if he steps out?
Yes.
Yeah. So like, is it her fault though? Like, is she responsible for pleasing him sexually?
I don't think that's her job if that's
Does
like
the
what you're
Bible say
asking.
that his body is yours and your body is his,
Yeah, but
and that
it
the only
says
time
that
you
the
should not
two
have sex is
shall
whenever you're worshiping?
it says that the two shall become one flesh, but there's so many
No, I'm not even
instances.
talking about that verse. I'm talking about also though whenever they say you should always be able to give each other's body, and the only time you don't is when you're going to worship. That's the
No,
only
if
time.
you're like saying that a man has any license to like take sex from his wife whenever he
I'm not
wants,
saying that
no.
at all. She should want to give it to him.
Yeah, she should. Yes,
Yes, and
absolutely.
and
In a
if she ever
healthy,
and if she ever keeps it from him, that's her like, and he goes somewhere else. That's her fault.
no,
That's not his
I
fault.
would disagree because I feel like in a healthy relationship, yes, she will want to have sex with her husband. However, if she has some kind of hormonal issues or if there's like pain during sex, or if she just had a child,
These are all
or
very
if
exceptions,
she's
but yeah.
going through severe mental issues and depression. When you
Obviously, there's
want to,
exceptions, but we're talking
yeah,
about the general. We're talking about in general because women do use sex leverage against their husbands all the
yeah,
fucking time today.
I
So I'm
would.
talking about those instances when it's just a random day and she's like, "No, I'm not gonna have sex with you." I'm talking about those instances, and
Does
he
that
goes and he steps out because of that. He's
that
wrong.
doesn't justify it? No.
That doesn't justify him
No,
doing
it
that.
can help you understand why he did it more, but that doesn't give him the license or permission to go cheat on his wife.
I just really don't think that she should be able to like hold that over him. It's like you got to understand. He gave her the ring. He can't say I'm not paying the rent tomorrow. Like it's stupid. Like that doesn't make sense. And like whenever you see this like mentality, this is why there's so many divorces. This is why the church is so fucked up. You know that guys are completely leaving the church now. Guys have completely given up on fucking the church because instances like this, when they go to the pastor, they go to somebody for counseling in the church, they hear shit like this. When that's not the case. If you're his wife, you give up your body. You don't sit there and use it as
This
leverage.
is just really weird.
Why?
Let me say
If you're
something on
his
that.
wife, you have to just lay there as much as he wants
I
sex.
No,
I
you
think
should want to. What's sad is that
Yes,
the women don't even want
but
to.
what if the man wants it 10 times a day?
I
Y'all should
think
have never got married. Y'all weren't compatible. Like what? Like this is
Yeah,
something that y'all
but
should talk about before
I,
you get
I
married.
okay, yes. If in a healthy relationship, the man and the woman will want to have sex with each other.
But and once
Yes.
again, in the church though, sex is shamed. Like you really think that you're going to be able to have a sex drive like some other women because you've been shamed your whole life?
No, I
Yeah,
do not.
it's not going
I
to be the
will
same.
definitely have a ton of fun, and
That
I will
that's
be
good.
so free and loving every bit of it. Absolutely, because I don't buy into purity culture. That's the thing.
Okay.
I know what purity culture is and how it's harmed people. I know that God made sex as a gift. He made it to be very pleasurable, and He wants us to have fun in the context of a marriage.
Yeah.
And so, guess what I'm gonna do when I get married? Have lots of fun.
Okay. Well, I hope
yeah.
you don't hold it against your husband like a lot of other Christian women have been
No,
doing.
I
What?
think that's manipulation and control, and I don't think you should be doing that
Well,
on
I
either
wish women
end.
would stop doing it because there would be more men in the church today if they stopped doing that
And I
shit.
disagree. I think you're making broad generalizations about the church at large. I don't think men are just flocking away from the church. I
Oh,
go to
there's
a
tons.
church where it's packed out. There's so many people there, they have to stand in the aisles. I don't know where you're going, but I have a completely different perception. I think there's so many men and women rising up all over America, especially from what I've seen, that love God and
Oh
that
yeah, I
want
agree
to
with
go
you.
to
There's a
church
lot. Yeah,
and are pursuing the Lord and are reading scripture and are going to men's group and
I
are
agree
going
with
to
you.
women's group. I don't think there's people leaving in droves. I think it's actually the opposite.
No, there's
People,
definitely
Look,
men
Jesus,
leaving in droves. There's
There's
so
like
many
a
men
Jesus,
that are converting from Christianity to Islam just because
hold,
Christianity has no fucking frame, has no rules, has
no,
nothing.
that's not true.
well, the reason
You were trying to
why
say
I mean,
something.
like,
I just
Here,
want
I
to
want him to go really quick. Yeah, yeah, go ahead, bro.
I just want to say this comment to what you just said. A lot of people are leaving Christianity because there's so many churches preaching the Bible saying they know God, and they're showing a false sense of power for what God is really doing. There's so much people looking at the church as a joke, and now they're seeing Islam saying they have the true power of what God has given them. And that is not true. I would say that here first. And I'll tell you that now, I'm a former survivor of a cult church. I would not name the church here because it is in DFW. But the thing is, many people get caught up in the wrong church, and it takes away their true faith for God to want to learn God the right way, and it takes them away from God, and makes many people want to leave the faith because people abuse the Bible in many different denominations. I don't have a denomination. I believe women and men should just be believers in God's word and follow
Yeah.
Jesus with your life every day, not just on Sundays, Monday through Saturdays. Even in your workplace, be the Christian that many people will never see. They may not read the Bible, but that's the thing I say to people because it's true. We don't have many examples. And I got to say this too. I get my sister, she trying to speak on it about the sex thing. I get it. It should be a mutual thing. I don't think no one should force an act that they don't want to do. It should be a loving commitment between a man and a woman. It should not be something that's forced. And I know you're not saying that, Serge. I'm saying for you too, but I'm gonna bring the
Yeah.
balance. God said, husbands, be in understanding of your wives in marriage because the wife is the weaker vessel. Women are emotional. I told this on one show one time. I said women connect men heart, the heart. I mean, how to go? women connect men's minds to their hearts, and women connects men's. I'm sorry, messing it up. Men connect women's hearts to their minds, and women connect men's heart minds to their heart. That's that
Mhm.
balance, and that's so we need
Yeah.
each other for those purposes to understand. God said, "Man, leader," but she's the balance to keep us out of our logic at times. So sometimes we are the logical ones to do everything right. But I'm just saying, the whole church thing, it's a problem. You know what I'm saying? We got to have the right churches speak the message.
I just want good biblical patriarchy back. And thank you,
Hmm.
Moses, so much for coming, bro. Like I'm gonna take you off the screen now, but dude, I really
Cool.
appreciate you for coming and just and putting some facts up, bro. I really appreciate you putting the verses and everything, man. Thank you
Appreciate
so
you.
much for coming through, though.
No
Peace
problem.
out, bro. But yeah, no, it's so what's your response to what he was saying though?
About what part?
Just any of that. Would you say you still really believe that there is good biblical patriarchy representation in the church, like the pastors and all the men in there, they're all good masculine representations. I mean, at your church, that's all you can speak for, but you'd say at your church you have nothing but good masculine representation.
Hell yes. Manly men's.
Very.
Yes.
Man, I can't believe that there's not a fucking young man in there that's also very masculine that you could have found by now, though. Like, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah,
Go,
that's so crazy,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Right,
yeah, yeah. Go to
it's
the super
packed
chat,
out.
please. Go up,
Nice.
please. Yeah, thank you, bro.
I mostly go to worship though. I'm not really going to socialize much. I
You
I
don't go on
actually
like the nights for the older people, like the adult night or anything
not
like
too
that.
much. I usually like leave right after worship. So
Oh, so you don't even stay for?
it depends like what church I'm
Fellowship.
going to, how good the sermons are.
But if they're
So
good, but they're
if they're good, I'll stay. If they're not, I leave after worship.
wow.
So,
Just dip
so
out.
Maria, are you actively dating for marriage? Would you say that?
Right now, no, because
She hasn't found a guy to date.
yeah, I haven't found one that I'm like willing to date for marriage. However, when I have had the two serious boyfriends, yes, I was dating for marriage and I was engaged. So it's not like no man has ever seen me and wanted to get married, and I haven't had
I
a
definitely know you have
prospect like
No,
options.
that.
nobody's
I
saying
know
that.
you have
Nobody's
Yeah,
options.
saying that.
so
Every woman has options. The thing
yeah.
is, y'all usually don't want them.
No,
Yeah.
I feel like I just haven't put myself out there because I just am waiting to heal and grow more myself. I'm in therapy. I go to support group. I read books on mental health. Like I don't feel like I'm there yet, but when I am there, then yeah, I
You're
might
very
be more
smart. You're a very smart girl.
pursuing of
You're
people or
the,
whatever.
the
But
thing is, like, you're very smart. You're very spiritual. You have a lot together. Like, I'm not saying that you don't need therapy or anything, because everybody sometimes needs therapy. Like, that's fine. But I don't know. Don't put yourself down so much. The $10 from I am just Jules. Like the show, Sergio, is the problem in Dallas related to location, class, job, status, race, or what? These ladies seem nice, but somewhat confused. Not the worst of the bunch, though. Definitely not the worst of the bunch. Yeah, not at all. This is actually what I like about the show. I was arguing with somebody on Twitter earlier, like yesterday and today, and I was like, my show's not like all those other shows, because my big thing is I want to show off that there's people like Maria here, and that there are like some women that are like really good women. Like she's came on a few times now, and I guarantee y'all, if you watch the first episode and you watch this episode, you're a whole new woman now, probably, right? So it does. It's proof of concept that like we can prove that Dallas does actually have some really good women, really good dateable women. But yeah, I just like to peel the layers back to see if they're really as legit as they say they are. Is the problem in Dallas really location, class, job status, race, or what? Yeah, let's ask that really quick. Do y'all think it's hard for y'all to date because of location, the job, race, like all that stuff? Like, what do you think it is? Why is it hard to date in Dallas?
I mean, it's like you see the same people a lot.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
What's the I don't know what the population is here. I know it's massive though. Like DFW as a metroplex is almost as big as Chicago, I think, or it's
Yeah,
bigger.
yeah. DFW is huge. So
Yeah, it's
is it?
bigger than Chicago, I'm pretty sure.
So is it you or is it Dallas
Yeah,
that
like
you're
do you go
seeing
to
the
the same
same people at
places
the
all the
same
time? You
time?
think?
I don't go anywhere.
Did you
I'm
move
s-
here or did you go to
I'm
school here?
from here.
Oh, okay.
I'm from
Okay, yeah. So
here.
I have the same vibe for sure, because if you've lived here your whole life, you got just so many
Right.
fucking people. Yeah, no, I agree with you. What's crazy is when I see somebody like in a random place in Dallas, and somebody that I went to high school with like 15 years ago. It's like,
Right.
what is the mathematical chance of me running into you in Dallas? Like
Right.
when I don't know. I think that shit's crazy. What about you? What do you think makes it so hard for you to date in Dallas?
I don't think it's hard to date anywhere.
It's like people are hard. It's not even the
Yeah,
locations
Right.
that's hard.
I don't think.
exactly. I
Yeah.
think it's just finding the right match. I think that like that's really rare to find because usually there's only one person for the job. So that's why I believe I'm still singles because I just haven't found the right person. But when I find him, I'll know. But I
Hey
don't think
Maria,
it's anything to blame on any of those things he listed actually.
you believe in soulmates?
Not necessarily. I believe that God made someone for you to be with, and that He has His best picked out for you that He made for you. However, if you were to become a widower, then He would have another best option who's currently alive. So I wouldn't say there's like one soulmate, but I feel like God has His best
Yeah, he
option
wants you
for
to be
you.
taken care of even after your other man dies, right?
Well, I mean, you don't have to get married after you
Yeah, I know. I'm
become
just.
a widow, but I'm saying the idea of a soulmate wouldn't exist if you get married again after your spouse
I think
dies,
that's one
because
time when
that's
it's
the one soulmate you have.
yeah. I think that's one of the times when they say it's okay to a guy to have a second wife too, is if like his brother dies or something, you can take his wife. Yeah, weird shit. I gotta ask now though. Do you think that if it was 30, 40 years ago, you would have found a guy easier?
Yes, because men were a lot sharper and disciplined back then.
So it's because
The World
the
War
men
II
aren't
men.
sharp and the men aren't disciplined is the reason why it's harder
No,
40
I
years
think
later.
all of them are. Women are lower caliber, lower quality today, and
Well,
men are also. The men and women of the 1930s were a lot more capable, a lot more disciplined, a lot more smarter, a lot less worldly and materialistic, and they actually ascribed value and worth with what you could bring to society rather than your looks and
so like if
things
you're
like
one of
Instagram popularity.
but if you're one of these women that like doesn't have like a lot of like some of those negatives and stuff like that, like you're
Is that
not
what
messed
she
up.
said?
Well, I mean, she didn't say that, but like I'm just saying, like I would assume that since you can have self-reflection and notice all those things about women today, that you're trying to fight to not have some of those traits that you just named off.
Yes.
So you're in a good position, and you said that there's not enough guys that are disciplined and stuff like that. You like you truly believe that? Like do you think that there's just not enough guy choices for you? Because I think there's a ton of guys that are like really good guys. So like,
No, I believe there are as well. I just don't feel like I've met him yet.
okay. Like for you, when it comes to like meeting a guy, do you think 30, 40 years ago it would have been way easier for you, or do you think, it's like easier today?
Meeting, I guess so, but I mean,
Yeah, meeting,
they
it's way
had,
easier to
yeah.
meet guys today. That's
Oh
what,
yeah, I don't think so. I think it's really the same. There was issues back then that there aren't now, and there's issues now that there
you
aren't.
just have to filter way more. Like I think
Right.
that you have to filter through 10,000 guys, but you have way more good choices. But like whenever most of them are like 5'8" or 5'9", it's gonna be hard to take them seriously.
No, I don't
You
think
really don't care about height.
that the height that you were genetically given at birth should dictate your success in getting a relationship.
It
I think
does.
it's your
Tell
character.
that tell that to all my
No,
short kings that are
I just
struggling.
said I don't think it should. I didn't say it didn't.
Yeah.
I said I don't think it should be predicated on your height. I think it should
It
be
does.
predicated
I just
on
said
your
it does, though.
character.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
But it
does.
shouldn't be that way.
So let me see now. Would you? Let me see. If you had to choose between like a really really good Christian guy that's a virgin, he's a really good Christian guy. Like he's a virgin. He's perfect. He's like how old are you?
I'm 21.
Okay, he's like 30, 35. Okay,
Mhm.
or like what's your dream age? 28, 27,
30,
30?
32.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say he's a virgin and he's 30. Okay, would you rather have that guy or a guy that has like a 20 body count, and he's also more successful financially? Like maybe he's just like make like 50 to 100K more a year than that guy.
Yeah, the other one. The
You'd want the
second
guy
one.
with the 20 bodies.
Yeah.
Would you rather choose the average guy? Like, but he has like the he's a virgin just like you, or the guy that has 20 bodies,
How
but
old is the
he
second
has
guy?
more money.
I would
They're the
choose
same age.
I would choose the virgin because he probably has a lot more sexual control and a lot less sexual addictions like porn or cheating, etc. Um, and I also think that he has everything that he needs to be able to grow. So most wealthy people I know started out broke as hell and they became wealthy. So
Hmm.
I wouldn't date him for what he has right now. I would date based on what he's doing now to prove that he can get there one day.
Would you say that women like a guy with experience or no experience?
What, sexually?
Just period. I'm just gonna say experience at all.
Yeah, of course. People want someone who has more experience and wisdom.
No. What do you think? Do you want a guy with more experience or less
Of
experience?
course.
But do you think guys want a woman with more experience or less experience?
In what way?
Just experience. We're just saying in general.
life in general, yeah,
Yeah,
of
we're just
course,
saying everything.
more experience.
You think guys want a woman with more experience?
Yeah.
Not too much, not too
What do you
little.
think? Yeah. No, honestly, guys don't want a woman with any experience. Like that's like one of the
I've heard
biggest
She has
things.
to be
though.
brain
I've heard-
dead and a virgin.
No, she
I've
doesn't have to be
heard-
brain dead. It's just a matter of like I'd rather be with somebody that hasn't gone and experienced a bunch of other shit with a bunch of other people. Like whenever a guy like we want to show a woman the world, it's like Aladdin. Like we want to show you the world. We want to be the first ones to like we want to take your virginity. We also want to be the first ones to take you to Rome. The first ones to take you to Dubai. Like that's what feels good too.
That's a different question. You're asking me in life in general.
Yeah, and I'm just saying, like, guys don't like a woman with experience, and I'm saying in every
That's really
aspect.
weird.
I'm saying in every aspect of it, a guy doesn't like a woman with experience.
That's really weird.
I don't think.
Why?
I think
I've
that
heard
I
different,
disagree.
though.
Yeah.
Those guys would
I'm-
lie, though. You got to understand, guys lie to get sex. So, like,
No,
we will
I'm talking
say,
about what I've seen on Twitter, like multiple.
oh, even
Like,
Twitter,
not
though. Come
even
on.
telling people like, I mean,
I'm telling you, these
with
guys
So
lie.
you're-
not too much, like not too much experience, but I mean a little experience, of course, yeah.
So you're
I've
telling
never-
me that
I mean-
a man would trust his children with a woman who has no street intelligence? She has no experience in the real
If
world.
she was raised by a nurturing, loving mother, and she came from a nurturing, loving family, and she's going to be able to have a nurturing and loving life with my children, that's all I care about. Because I'm the protector. I'm the one who's supposed to keep her away from everything out in the world that's dangerous and bad. Like, what do you mean?
That's
That is like
sheltered
literally
as
your job.
hell.
It's not about being sheltered. She could still do whatever. Like you understand, everybody has street smarts by 2021.
Yeah, but
it's
that
not like-
comes with experience. You get more as you
No,
age and have
exactly.
more
I'm just saying at
experience.
25, 26, 27, there's a certain line though that you cross that's just too much experience. Like, why would I want to be with somebody that's already done all that? It's not attractive. And it's like I said, men are the prize. Like not all men, but certain men are the prize, and they're
Well,
going to
yes.
choose that way.
And that's another thing. You were bulldozing at that point of the podcast, but I think men and women are the prize.
No,
I think that like I'm working on becoming more of a prize, and that's why I'm not really ready to date to get married yet. But I feel like the man wants a helpmate. He wants a woman, so he seeks out what he deems as prize. That's the prize out of all the females. The prize possession is that woman that he chooses. So yeah, I do believe the woman is the prize.
So this might
Maria,
not work.
We're not saying like the value of you as a human being. We're saying like what you bring to the table and basically what you have to offer in the relationship. That's what we're talking about. We're not
Yeah,
saying
I
like
mean,
your value
yeah,
as
the
a
guys,
human being.
but that's more so being the provider, though.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
See, like, so,
That's
like-
why we're saying men are the prize because they're usually the providers.
Per-
Yeah,
Provide-
it
I
all
mean,
goes
in
back
that
to
way,
it all
yeah.
goes back to responsibility. So when you have a real provider man that like really is that guy, he is the prize.
Yes,
And that's all I'm saying.
of
And, like,
course.
and like and so like me and my girlfriend, I'm not gonna sit here and say that it's fucking I'm better than you know. It's like a 51-49 thing. Like it's just that like one person steers the car sometimes. Like that's it. So like sometimes
if you
I
put
make
it
certain
that
decisions.
way earlier, then I would have been on your
Yeah,
side.
it's not like he's 100 and like you're 0. It's just like and like if on an emotional level we're equal. Like don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
we're very equal. But the thing is, women want to be with a guy who's taller, faster, stronger, a leader. Okay, that's
Yeah.
and like I don't think relationships are healthy whenever the woman is or when the guy's pursuing the woman. When he's sitting there being a simp beta cuck, trying to make her happy all the time, always trying to buy her things or give her things and
That's
stuff.
not what
That's not a health.
pursuit means.
Well, the thing is, I don't know because you don't date a lot, but these guys out here, they do a lot of really stupid simp shit, okay? And women aren't turned on by that, actually.
I think that we're
Did
defining.
you just say
terms-
that like that they don't? Yeah, let's define simp really
I think
quick.
we're defining terms very differently.
So how do you see a
I-
simp? What's a simp to you?
No, I'm talking about pursuit. The word pursuit is for the man to say, "I think she's beautiful. Let me go up to talk to her." That's what I mean by.
So
being
here's the thing. Back
pursued
so,
by a man.
so this is the thing. Back in the day, like say the 50s or 60s, there was signs that were done. Like the woman would drop her handkerchief. Okay, then the guy knew. Okay, so it still always started with the woman though. And here's another example that's for today's time. Okay, when I was 13, 14 years old. And I asked the girl to go to the movies, okay? She didn't even say yes to go to the movies unless she liked me. Unless we were in today's day and age, women go on dates for no reason, just because they feel like it, okay? When we were young and love is fresh and stuff like that, you don't even say yes to those things unless you actually kind of have a crush on that person. So
Yeah.
so today there's just a lot of games being played. There's a lot of simping going on. But in
Yes.
reality, it used to be very much we knew that the woman liked us.
Yeah.
Okay. And but that those lines are so blurred you can't see it anymore. So it's easier. Like my girlfriend pursued me. Like sometimes it's better for her. Like she gave me her number. Like don't get me wrong, I showed signs that I was down for her. I asked her a long time before, if she was single and stuff, so she knew I was into her. But at the end of the day, whenever she was prepared to date somebody, she came and slipped her number to me.
Yeah,
and I think that that's
the initial
okay.
pursuit by showing you were into her.
Yeah,
That's
but
what I'm saying.
well, but like the actual
the
pursuing
man should
though.
be the initiator, because God gave men more testosterone, which is the initiating, hormone.
Well, so like we kind of were talking about like the cheating thing, like you think it's the same. You realize that we have 17 times the testosterone going through our body. Like, do you know that is a direct tie to making us horny? Like, you can't even fathom how it feels to be a horny guy. Like, you really can't even fathom it.
I can't, and I really sympathize. I feel bad as hell for y'all.
She sympathizes with us, guys.
I'm so sorry that God did that to y'all.
But my man's not allowed to still do anything.
No, he's not. Sorry. You do it with your wife. You chose her. You made a vow in front of God and all before your family and friends to choose her and only her for the rest of your life. You made that choice.
He'll lie and cheat behind your back. That's what he'll do.
Hush your mouth. So what I'm saying is he made that promise. He made a vow, which is a covenant, which is an unbreakable promise until death do we part. It's a bond. It's a pact in blood. It's sealed in blood. Now you want to go cheat on your wife because you're a little horny and your 17 times testosterone is a little peaking right now? Boy, what did you get up there and spend all that money to profess your love for her for? Then?
So here's the thing. Like, we bring up on this show a lot evolutionary psychology, like a lot of studies that show men are like this and women are like this. But here's the thing: they completely fall. So I really believe that Christianity, like the whole point of God, the whole point of Christianity, like to me, God is just parallel lines. It's perfection. It's man trying to be as perfect as God. And that's a great thing for us to pursue. There's nothing that makes society better, makes nuclear families. Like literally the pursuit of God and family, staying virgins and doing it all correctly and stuff, being perfect. There's nothing better than that at all.
Yes,
I completely agree.
And that's traditional male and female gender roles, and I believe in those, and that's why I believe the man should be the pursuer, because 1920s women weren't pursuing men. And
like I said, it's just showing that obviously he wasn't going to the random girl and expecting her to say yes, though. You know that she likes you. That's what I'm trying to say.
And that's why women aren't even at men and we flirt. And
women don't even act like they like the guys though anymore.
Yes, they do.
No, because there's only a certain kind of guys that they even want sometimes.
Guys are having lots of sex. Who do you think they're having sex with? Because the women are showing that they like them.
The host. But no, I got to bring back to what I was talking about. Okay, so the perfection thing. So when I bring up evolutionary psychology, obviously none of that evolutionary psychology stuff really works with you because you're not falling to your hedonistic, animalistic behaviors. But most people out here are falling to those type of things. And even in religious families, even in religious, marriages and stuff like that, these animal instincts are still real. We still need to talk about them. We still need to talk about Evo Psych, even in Christian families and Christian churches and stuff, because that's how we can tell why. There's a lot of stuff in the Bible that literally shows men and women are different. Okay,
Amen.
it goes perfectly in line with each other. So when we do that,
I agree.
All right, well then you should probably not be as pissed off about cheating. Then you should probably not be pissed off at certain things.
I will be. Goodbye.
Nah. Here. Go back to the super chat real quick. I want to go to that $5 one. The hardest thing for Maria will probably be realizing that the world is not idealistic. There will always be compromise, lifestyle, faith, or values. Compromise.
She's
not going to compromise.
That it's not idealistic.
If
it was idealistic, I would have been married a long time ago. Goodbye, hombre of the house. Hombre of the house.
Go to Jerome. What did Jerome say? Sergio, ask the ladies what they think about Kevin Samuels. And ladies, are you traditional or modern? What do you think about Kevin Samuels?
God rest his soul.
God rest his soul. What do you think about Kevin Samuels?
I don't really know who that is.
That's a good thing. You stay off the internet. And ladies, are you traditional or modern? Traditional or modern? Traditional or modern? Obviously, traditional as fuck.
I think I've heard of the name Kevin Samuels, but I can't tell you who he is.
He was the Godfather. He was pulling the world back together. He was like the guy.
Wait. So ladies, how are you traditional though? Explain. What do you think traditional is, and how do you adhere to those?
Yeah, you go first.
Because, in a relationship, in a relationship standpoint. I'm
it's
like
what you
the nurturer.
Yeah.
Take care of everything.
Who you nurturing right now?
I mean,
she gotta nurture that man.
Right? Yeah.
No, but she has no man. So who you nurturing? How you a nurturer if you're not nurturing nobody?
I've been in relationships before. I'm saying
Maybe she has nieces and nephews she's taking care of.
Okay, so you're saying in the past. Okay, what about you, Maria?
I feel like the woman is supposed to be a homemaker. When you give a woman a house, she makes a home. When you give her sperm, she makes a baby. The woman is supposed to make everything better for her family, for her husband, for her kids. So I'm traditional in the sense that I believe that a woman should be feminine. A woman should look presentable, and that's why I do my hair, my makeup every day, and I don't walk around in athletic wear as a uniform. And so I feel like we should look feminine, act feminine. I feel like we should, you know, submit to our husbands, but we are submitting to a man who actually loves us and would lay his life down for us as Christ did for the church. And I feel like if you are getting married, you are saying yes to kids, so you would raise and rear children. So I feel like that's a traditional woman. Now, whether or not she wants to have a job is up to her and her husband. I would like to work as well as raise kids and, do more entrepreneurial work from home things. And I feel like he should be bringing in most of the income
Why do you want to work?
because I want to go save the kids. I want to go like hunt down pedophiles and save children.
Hunt down pedophiles.
Okay. So when you said that you're a nurturer, you're a homemaker, and all that, what steps? I mean, no. First, would you say that that is your purpose? Would you say that that is your like goal? So to speak, in a relationship?
Yes, once I'm married, yes, but I'm not married right now.
Yeah. Okay. So if that's your goal and your purpose and all that, what steps are you going? Are you taking to get to that?
Well, I mean, like I said, I'm in church. I'm under the submission of my authority, which is my pastors. I go to therapy. I do a lot of personal development. I study entrepreneurship and business, and I started an LLC. So
None of that. None of that tells me, hey, I'm looking for a man right now. None of that tells me that I'm putting myself out there in the right places.
yeah, but what I just said is like right now I'm doing things like for me as far as like for homemaking and everything. I already know how to cook and clean and you
No,
know
no, no, no. You said homemaking.
yeah,
Homemaking isn't just cooking. You have to. I mean,
decorate and clean and make it a beautiful space for your family. Yes.
okay. So what steps are you making? Are you what steps are you taking to get to that where you be assigned a homemaking position?
Why does it sound like it's a job that I'm applying for?
No, no,
Assigned
Because
a
you are applying
no.
for
I
homemaking
the
mean,
job.
I
position?
mean, I mean, you
I just
you said
told
that you're
you.
doing something, and,
I
and I'm trying to call
okay.
you out on it.
I
How
feel
you?
like the most foundational things to be a good homemaker is to become a better person. Everything else you do in preparation of the home flows from your good character. So as
I'll
someone
give
who's
her that.
developing myself, I'm in therapy, I go to church, I read personal development books, I study entrepreneurs. I'm trying to personally develop myself so I become a higher caliber person. Once I'm a high caliber person, I'm operating from a higher caliber in every aspect of my life, including homemaking.
Okay.
You and millions of women are out there taking therapy and all that, but we still have a huge ass divorce rate. So,
Millions of women are not in therapy. Most people aren't in therapy.
Uh,
most people that are in therapy are
Definitely
women.
on SSRIs.
Okay.
There's a lot of women on SSRIs, but not exactly therapy. Wait. So that actually was brought up something that was really good. I totally forgot it. Fuck. I can't remember. No. What was that other question that somebody just asked? Lays, would you date a bus driver? Or yeah. Wait, Lays, do you think you're equal? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. That's why I wanted to ask. Are you equal to men? Like
Yes.
it's equal? Would you say y'all are equal?
Yes.
Yes. Oh my god. No, they're not gonna get it, guys.
No, I think what you're asking is are you equal in value and dignity? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
On a
that's what I was
human
gonna
That's what
ask.
I'm
on a
That's
saying.
human level, yes. Are
Right.
you
Right.
are you on the same position of authority?
Right.
No, because you're in a hierarchy with
Exactly.
God, then the husband, then the wife.
yeah. No. So I
And
want to
then the
ask is
children.
like
Because we already asked that
so
question.
like
If we're asking like equal,
yeah. So what's a high
Human
value
val.
woman? Hold on.
Go
What's a
ahead.
high value woman?
I've just described her in a
Okay.
million
So
ways.
okay. And like, what do you think a high value woman is?
um, a woman who's feminine. I mean, who's not pretty intelligent, has some well, not too much anything going from himself, because I know you're going to disagree with that, but
No,
Can't be too
so
successful. Can't make them insecure.
no,
now.
no. Oh yeah, make them insecure. No, like the problem is that women don't know how to not emasculate men whenever they are when they are successful. Now, if they could be successful
No,
and
that's
not be
not true.
hypergamous, you know
Elena
what?
Cardone and Grant Cardone are a perfect example.
That is the worst
of
example
a
to bring
woman
up,
that
dude.
champions her husband.
Yeah, but they're like the worst people to bring up. Like he's not a good example for guys when it comes to dating at all. Like his
How is she a
example of his
high-value
relationship
woman?
isn't even close to what guys should be following.
Because she believes her position as her as the spouse is to support her husband. She truly believes that. She actually says that all the time.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Like, do you think that a woman can be single and be a high value woman?
Yes.
Okay. Let me explain something to you really quick. A guy when I'm hold on, when a guy is like 50, 60 years old, like say I get to 50, 60 years old and I never create anything. I never change the world. I never I never invent something. I never build things. I don't do anything with my life. I will be depressed, okay? Because God put me on this fucking planet to create things. That's what men do. We create things, all right?
Yes.
Women, if they make it to 50, 60 years old, they are depressed if they don't have a family and children because y'all make people. That's not something that I can do, okay? That's not what men can do. Y'all make people, okay? So a high value woman, hold on, is completely tied to a high value man because for you to achieve what your purpose is and what you were meant to do, you have to have the high value man to even have that. So I don't believe there's such thing as a high value woman unless unless she gets married to a high value man like Grant Cardone. She's a high value woman because she has him, but without him, she was nothing. She was never gonna have a family. She was never gonna have kids. She was never gonna have her legacy that she's very happy about right now. I promise you, the thing that makes a woman high value is what she creates, her legacy.
No, I believe that what makes a woman high value is her obedience to God, and with that little bit of obedience, she can change the world. And so, one example of this is like Mother Teresa. There are many nuns and sisters I've met throughout my life, and they are incredible people. They don't have any biological children, but they take care of the orphans and the children of the world. And so, I can adopt as a single woman and bring tons of value to a child who never had parents, and I could be completely single till I'm 50 and just adopt a bunch of kids.
Here's the thing. I completely agree with you. I know you can do it. I know you could be a nun. I totally get it. But the thing is, you're an extremely smart, beautiful, like damn near perfect woman. Okay. Like, wait, what did you say?
I said, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, those like, but no,
right.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal, pickle. You're really beautiful, smart, like a nurturing, loving woman, okay, who goes to church, who reads your Bible, you actually listen, you're accountable, you're all these things, you have all these amazing traits, okay? There's very few people on the planet, top 10%, top 1% with what you're talking about, what you have, okay? You're like, I had a friend tell me this years ago. He was like, you're so different from most other people. It's people like you that need to go and make families and have kids because the future rides on that. The future rides on people that are not fucking. Have you ever seen the movie Idiocracy? When all the stupid people keep fucking and having more kids and stuff, it makes the world more stupid, okay? You have to, when there's intelligent, smart people, they have to go and find families and make more people because if we don't, we are all fucked, okay? We're all fucked.
I don't think we need many more people in the world because there's so many orphans. I think we need to take care of our orphans first.
If we want to fix that, that all goes back to a lot of other issues.
I would be very fulfilled taking care of orphans. There's this lady on TikTok. She adopted like 20 little orphans in Africa. She's an African woman and she raises them.
Look,
she's very fulfilled.
I'm not saying that you're not going to be fulfilled. I'm not saying that you're not going to be fulfilled and that you're not going to be happy. I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm saying is that we need people like you.
We have a lot of kids that don't have homes.
Look,
Maria, do you want children?
I want to help children that exist, and if I do get married and have kids one day, then of course I'll love them with everything. But do I want to create children for the sake of making them? No. Do I want to help the children that are homeless and who have no love and who have been rejected and outcast? Yes, because I was that and I was adopted. So that's why I want to do that for people who've never experienced that kind of love before.
Look, it's very respectable, okay? It's very I give props to you for even wanting to do those things, like for sure. I'm just telling you. This world is fucked up, all right? It's very fucked up. It's very fucked up. And it takes strong Christians. It takes strong people coming out here and telling women to stop people sleeping around, fixing the men, having marriages again, having children and stuff. And like I said, all I'm saying is that you're one of the few fucking percentage, man. I'm talking small.
Yeah, and
That can
that's
change the
why.
world. And don't get me wrong, you can change the world taking care of a bunch of kids, but you can also change the world by creating your own community. And I swear to God, you can disagree with me all you want, but I know God wants you to have children. Okay, like
That's
that's what
fine.
He really wants for you.
That's fine. But I feel like when the Bible says pure religion undefiled is this, to take care of widows and orphans who are suffering, that's my primary goal. Does it mean that I need to go pop out my own children? No. Should I love the children that God already put here? Yes. So, do I feel
Obviously.
like I need to pop them out? No.
I'm not saying need. I'm just telling you, you should really fucking think about it, and you
No.
should really fucking pursue
Well,
it
of
because
course,
need
it's
to
if
have
I
your own
get
children.
married, of course, I'll probably have my own children. Because when you get married, you're open to have children. That's biblically, God said, "Be fruitful and multiply." So yes, I would probably have my own children.
and maybe you
But
should
do I
pursue the man a
dream
little
of
bit.
this? Do I dream of this to create more children in an already broken and fallen world? No.
See,
Why
and
would
that's
I?
the nihilistic thought that
Yes.
that keeps that fucking cycle going. You know how many
No.
people say exactly what you say?
No,
It's very
because
nihilistic. It's super nihilistic.
because I believe that the ones that like I will birth one day will be beautiful change makers, powerful and everything. It will, put more good into the world and take the evil out. But I'm saying we should do a better job as a society of adopting and taking care of the kids that are homeless.
Yeah, I'm not, and I'm never gonna
2
say like
million
don't do that. Yeah.
children go 2 million children per year are sex trafficked every single year. Okay? Everyone should go watch July 4th Sound of Freedom. It's a movie about a real guy who goes and saves the children. It's played by Jim Caviezel, and it's from the guy who created Operation Underground Rescue, Tim Ballard. Tim Ballard used to work for Homeland Security, and it's incredible. Go support the kids. Go
Okay,
support the movie.
we'll support it. Everybody. Go check it out. Let me see that super chat real quick. Would you prefer to stay $5? Thank you, Traditional Mama Talks. Would you prefer to stay at home with your children, or would you rather continue working? Stay at home, keep working, work at home. Yeah. So, would you rather stay at home with your children, or would you rather continue working?
Stay at home with my children.
What do you want to do?
I would want to do both.
Have your
Work
cake and
from
eat it too,
home.
guys.
Yeah.
Gotta
she wants to keep working so she can take care of orphan children.
Yes,
No.
exactly.
Neglect your own children, taking care of orphan children.
You
Exactly.
don't need to. Okay, you don't need to neglect
Hey, that happens.
Your kids.
I saw that in my own family. Actually, I actually saw that in my own fucking family. It does happen.
I'm not
that
saying
does
it doesn't,
happen.
but I'm saying it doesn't have to happen.
I know.
You
I
can
agree
do
with you. It
both.
doesn't happen, but it does. That does happen, and
And that's horrible.
I've seen it multiple times actually, where they do stuff like that, and they're just trying to profit off of having orphans, and
That's
ends up
horrible.
neglecting their own children over that shit.
Yeah.
I gotta ask just really quick. Would you be with somebody? Because I know a bunch of guys fucking watching aren't virgin, but they would fucking love to take yours. Would you ever be with a guy who's not a virgin, or is that
Yes.
like so you don't think that that's like a
That's
why
not
would you
a
not, like-
requirement.
so you would take a guy with like 30 bodies?
If he's repentant and truly living before God, like with a contrite heart.
If you're a good Christian man.
Yes.
Okay.
No, wait, Maria. So,
What's the most number that like you'd be okay with? Like if he told you he had 100 bodies, you'd be okay with
I'd
that?
be concerned because that's a sex addict.
What about 50?
A little better.
Okay, so 50's okay. And
I
how
would-
old would he
I
have
would
to be for?
Probably want less than that, but
How old would he have to be for 50 to be okay, or 40 for 30 bodies? Like what's like the age where it's like a cutoff of age and sex numbers, where you're just like, wow, that's just too bad, bro.
maybe like 50 by 35.
50 by 35. Okay.
Yeah. But the thing is, that's not ideal because that's a sexually broken man. He's connected his soul with 50 different women. The Bible says, don't you know when you lie with a prostitute, you become one with her.
Do you think men
So-
or the women the same when they sleep around? Like, do you think that like
No,
a guy like
neither.
loses the ability to pair
Yes.
bond the same as a woman after so
Yes.
many bodies?
Yes.
It actually shows women like actually have a hard time being happy
Women
in marriage
have-
afterwards.
Yes,
Like
correct.
more.
Yes.
Like don't get me
that's
wrong,
true.
it messes up the guys too, but women are worse.
Correct, because women have oxytocin, which is
Yeah,
a
releases
bonding
whenever you're-
hormone.
yeah.
Yes, so yes, the women are more jacked up, but it does affect men as well.
Okay, so no, so guys, I was really curious about that. I'm really surprised. Click the $10 from I Am Just Jules. The guests are likable, but I look at those who deem in blue collar workers as painful. I'm in white collar field that my blue collar father helped fund through undergrad and grad school. Great questions. Sorry about that. Oh, you gotta go. Okay. Have a good night. Okay. Sorry about we ran a little late there, guys. The
Yeah.
guests are likable, but the demon blue collar worker is painful. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, thank you, dude. What's the next one? Oh, I am just Jules became a new member. Dude, thank you so much for becoming a member, bro. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we should
Uh,
probably wrap it
yeah,
up.
yeah, yeah. We gotta wrap it up, guys. We went a little bit past time. I just gotta ask my last question really quick. What did you think about the show? Would you come back? And did anything resonate with you?
Yeah, I think that it was good overall. I would have liked for you to ask more questions instead of monopolizing the conversation and going off on your super emotional heightened feels. However, I think the topics were great.
Okay. No, good. Thank you so much. I definitely want you to come back. I want you to come back more though, whenever I have like a full panel of hosts, so I can be like, this is what you're supposed to do, ladies, you know? No, I'm dead ass. Like I'm not kidding because I need good examples for these women sometimes. I'm
Okay.
serious. Like I would love for you to come back to be a good example for them.
Okay.
They don't ever have them.
But I know you said not to interrupt and interject, but if you just do speeches and ask me to say one word as answers, I will interrupt and interject.
Hey, you're more than welcome to. You're actually, if you did interrupt or interject, you did it very respectfully the whole show, and I didn't. I don't mind it at all when you do that. I don't
Okay.
care. No,
Thank you guys so much.
no,
Love
no,
you.
no. Thank you. But yeah, chat. We will see y'all. What's today? Fucking Monday. I will see y'all. I will see y'all on Wednesday, guys. Thank you so much for coming. But yeah, y'all have a good night. Peace the fuck out.